How are we doing? Because according to my thing, we were live. It said I was still live, but it's not working. Alright, we're back. So sorry about that. Like, it just doesn't notify me when things die on me. It says it's still streaming. It says I still have a strong connection, but for whatever reason, it just drops the stream. Okay. Should be good. I'm gonna keep walking. Maybe it's just this spot. It says I still have a really good connection, so. Again, you know, we run into connection issues. Even when the connection is great, we still get connection issues. Because it doesn't get much better than this. If anyone's watching, can you just type something in chat, let me know you can see? Because again, it still says I have 0 viewers, but when I checked on my alternative phone, it said there was like 4 still here. I really don't know if you can see, or if you can chat, if I can even see that. Again, I think Streamlabs Mobile is like the best option right now, but it's not perfect. There's problems. Well, Stay Hydrated bot is here. That's good. Oh, there we go. Now it says I have 5 people. I never know. Streamlabs, man. We always have a little bit of problems going on. But I do think you're the best option, so. Ooh, this is one part of the hike that I'm happy you guys aren't on. About to show you. Sign up here. City of Fort Bragg. Wastewater facility. Yep. Yep. That's a wastewater facility. The rest of the hike, you guys would like. This part, not so much. Oh, that's rough. Because the wind's blowing this way, so. Wow. Nature. Yeah, let's keep going. Let's get past this part. Yeah, this section of the hike is a bit less exciting because we're not actually on the coast. There's like other stuff going on along the cliff's edge, so this is a bit inland. Looks like we reconnect back up in 500 meters or so. Sorry, I don't know what that is in feet. Morning. Well, I guess a mile is 1.6 kilometers, so 1,600 meters. So if it's 500 meters, then that's just under a third mile. There you go. I want one of my viewers, Big Willie, to show up and chat, because he's told me several times to come to Fort Bragg, but I don't remember why. Like, it's gorgeous. I'm enjoying it. I was just curious if there's a particular thing he wanted me to see or do, or if he's from Fort Bragg, or if he lives in Fort Bragg. Maybe we could meet a viewer. So I probably could send him a message. That might be the best thing to do. Because I'll be here for another few hours, but then I'll be hitchhiking back to reconnect with Highway 101, as they've got better service between towns on that highway compared to here and south of here on Highway 1. If you're watching yesterday, you noticed that pretty much once we got south of Eureka and stuff like that, connection kind of just left us forever. And that was the end of the stream for the day. And my goal is to have the most reliable stream so you can see the whole experience of a day of hitchhiking, from when I get up in the morning and take down my tent to all the different hitchhiking, like finding a spot, walking to the edge of town, waiting for a ride, that kind of stuff. I want you to be able to see the whole thing, because it is an interesting process. There's a lot of downtime, but like I've said before, I enjoy having Twitch chat kind of around for those slower times, especially. Keeps things entertaining, and I hope you guys are entertained by the kind of content that I'm giving you. But I would be doing this regardless. If I wasn't streaming this, I'd probably do this trip. I just wouldn't have a camera here. I just wanted to show people what hitchhiking was like, and the things that come along with it, the people you meet, the kind of offers of places to go with them and stuff like that, and the interesting places you end up in. So, been happy to kind of bring you guys along with this whole process. Whew, just getting hot out. The wind's supposed to pick up a little bit. When I looked at it around 11, 12, at least a bit, I'd kind of appreciate that wind right now. Without this pack on, this would be like the perfect weather. But with the pack on, an extra 60 plus pounds, then it becomes a little bit, I get pretty warm. And we try to avoid sweating, because when you sweat, that's when you start to smell. And we don't get a shower every day, so. Morning. Another under 10 minutes and we'll be back on the coastline again with some nicer views. So right now it's this kind of a boggy area here. It's all fenced off. But yeah, Big Willie, thanks for the recommendation to go to Fort Bragg. When I got picked up by Sam yesterday out of Crescent City, he said he was going all the way to Fort Bragg, and I wasn't sure if I was going to tag along for the whole journey. But yeah, I think it was that kind of recommendation you gave me a couple times that I was like, yeah, sure. I've been told to go to Fort Bragg, so let's do it. That was probably the longest ride on the trip. It was a couple hours long. We lost connection a lot, but he was a really nice guy. I forgot to get a picture with him, which, you know, isn't that surprising. Morning. Yeah, wasn't surprised I forgot to do that. He got my business card though. Maybe he'll show up and chat one day. Alright, we're working our way back to the coast now. Let's try to not put the sun in your face so you can actually, I'm not just a black silhouette to you. Oh, I actually have washrooms on this trail. That's surprising. Now if they had showers, that would be pretty premium. It's been a few days. I think most days I have someone come in and be like, scale of 1 to 10, how much do you smell? It's tough for a person to judge because it's your own body, so you kind of get used to that. But we're probably getting to that point where things aren't ideal. So hopefully we'll get a shower soon. Or maybe I'll just take a dip in the ocean. Now, I didn't bring a swimsuit with me. I don't know, because I don't know if I just forgot or I just was like, fuck a swimsuit. So yeah, my options for kind of taking a dip in the ocean are not stream appropriate, I'm guessing. I guess you could go in your boxers. Or is that a Twitch terms of service violation? So from what I've heard, like, you can do, if you're in an appropriate place to be in less clothes, like a beach. Morning. Then you can, if you're a girl, you can wear a bikini. If you're a guy, you can wear whatever kind of swimwear you want to. It's only when you're not when you're in a place where it's not kind of appropriate apparel for that. Like, you can't just be sitting at your computer at home. Like, I couldn't be just in a Speedo at home, sitting on my computer live streaming. But if I'm on the beach, then it's appropriate attire for the situation. But someone would have to correct me. I could be wrong. Because at some point along the Pacific coast here, I have to take a swim in the ocean. That's just a requirement. Can't hitchhike down the whole coast of California and not go swimming. Yeah, that's better there. Yeah, the stream was going well, and then I guess things just cut out. It didn't tell me. It still said I was streaming. It just said I dropped down to 0 viewers. And I checked on my secondary phone, and sure enough, I was offline. So thanks, Streamlabs. Restarted it, and I think chat's working because got Stay Hydrated bot hanging out with me. But yeah, I'm not sure if everything's working right now or not. But we're coming back up to the coast here, so nicer views, nicer hike. I prefer to walk on, like when I'm hiking, like this is fully paved. I prefer to be on like a proper, just kind of trail, like just a rough trail with roots and everything like that. Just like walking over that varied terrain. We're back to the coast now. Here we are. There we go. Pacific coast. I like those eucalyptus trees. Pretty beautiful. Morning. It is still morning, right? Yeah, 10:42. We were over on that other kind of cliff edge way over there, just whatever 30 minutes ago. Now we're over here. Continuing. Now up somewhere up there is something that's called Glass Beach. It's apparently known for having lots of sea glass that you can kind of check out. Now I won't be taking any souvenirs because that's part of the appeal, although I'm guessing a lot of people do, so maybe there isn't even any sea glass because everyone takes it. But I know I won't be. So, again, I try to leave things the way they were when I found them. Especially, like, I'm Canadian, I'm a guest in the US, so I want to leave things the way I found them. bunch of wildflowers just kind of in bloom now. Yes. What a nice time to be in California. Yeah, places like this are quite often extremely windy, but there's just like the slightest breeze right now, which is, I think, abnormal for the area. Alright, we are on a kind of bluff outcropping, so. Getting a bit warm, mate? What, here or in Wales? Satanic spot? Oh, yeah. No, it's a compass. Spin around. See? North, east, south, west. Huh? Keep going that way, you'll hit Japan. Oh, it's 18C? What's it here? I think it's around, or it's supposed to get to 14 degrees Celsius here. Sorry, I don't know the conversion to miles, or to miles to Fahrenheit. But yeah, check it out. Ain't that a thing? Yeah, how is Wales warmer than California? Albeit it is Northern California, so this isn't the California, I guess, you know, you think about, when people think about California, they think of like the Southern California beaches and stuff, I think. I'm just gonna, you know, I have Stay Hydrated bought, and it keeps telling me to stay hydrated, and I'm hiking and it's sunny out, so I'm gonna stay hydrated. So let's put down the pack for a second and stay hydrated. Where I can set you guys down. How about this? Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, global warming hitting Wales hard right now. But yeah, I'm pretty happy I came to Fort Bragg. Our viewer Big Willie recommended I came here, so I'm not sure if he had any other particular reasons for me to come here, but I think this was reason enough, because this is pretty beautiful, and it's a nice little hike. Really well developed as well, so it's fully accessible to like anyone that's mobility disabled or anything like that. So anyone can get this kind of view. It's mostly fully paved. If not, it's pretty smooth, small gravel. So yeah, I'd recommend it to anyone. come to Fort Bragg. It's a beautiful place. As I get further and further into California and more into summer, going through Texas and stuff, I currently only bring a liter of water with me, 1 Nalgene. I'm probably gonna have to bump up those water numbers pretty soon. Yeah, I carry water, the amount of water I carry has to do with the kind of conditions I'm in. Like Pacific Northwest, everything's wet. You can pretty much just open my mouth and get enough water in my system. But as we get hotter, as we get drier, I'm going to need to carry more than a liter of water at a time because I'm not always going to have an opportunity to refill all the time. So I'll probably bump up another liter to 2. And then all the way up to when I was in Australia last fall hitchhiking through like the middle of it, like through Alice Springs and everything, I carried 5 liters of water at a time, which is a lot of water, which is a lot of weight. That's 11 pounds. 5 kilos, 11 pounds. But given the kind of environment you're in there, I think that's almost a requirement. If you get caught out for a day, like, you need a lot of water in 35 to 40 degree weather. And it was just the spring there in Australia, but I was there in full summer through the outback, through the middle part of Australia. You're talking 40 plus degrees Celsius a day, which is over 100 Fahrenheit a day. I think that's the translation. So it's hot. And it's very dry, so just water kind of evaporates from you. It leaves you alone. Yeah. Got 1 liter now. We'll upgrade that pretty soon. I'll probably just buy like a bottle of Smart Water because they've got nice water bottles. They're narrow, so they slide into the elastic pouches on the side of backpacks really well, and they're really lightweight. So you'll see a lot of through hikers, like people hiking the Pacific Crest Trail or the Appalachian Trail. They, rather than having water bottles like this, which are like nice, but they're actually really heavy in water bottle terms, they'll just carry Smart Water bottles with them because they're really lightweight, they're durable enough, and they're like a nice kind of tall, narrow, which slides into places really easily. So that's probably what I'll do coming up soon. But I think I'm ready to keep moving on. I think so. This trail continues to follow this coastline here. I'm not sure if it goes out to that little point over there, but at some point there's, yeah, I think it's called Glass Beach or something like that, and yeah, it's supposed to be good for beach combing and stuff. So we'll check that out, and then cut back into town, maybe grab a quick bite and start hitchhiking again. But we got a bit of an earlier start today. The past while I've been starting streaming pretty late due to a variety of circumstances, waiting for mail to arrive and different things. But usually I'm up pretty early. I get up with the sun when I'm camping. So I think on average my streams are going to start pretty early. One more drink. I just feel like complaining about one thing. like 3 days ago, 4 days ago. Just, I don't know what I hit it on, but I scuffed up the joint on my thumb, which I don't mind getting little injuries. The problem with the cut right there was it's a flex point on your finger, so anytime you do this, it's just pulling it apart. And also, like, with stuffing stuff in my backpack, you just like are kind of jamming your fingers and stuff into places, so just struggling to heal because one, it's a flex point, so I'm using it all day, and then also I'm jamming my thumb into places as far as loading my backpack and getting stuff out and stuff, so it's not ideal. But let's roll. And Watkins, if you're still there, how's the stream quality looking? Because it was good earlier, then we lost the stream for a while. And Streamlabs didn't tell me that, so kind of had to restart. Just give you one last look before we move on. Kind of walk over here as we pan. You have 20/20 vision, so it's good to me. Alright. Let's roll. How do I feel about Avicii's death? Oh, I don't really know. He creates music, right? I didn't know he died, so I haven't had time to gather my thoughts on what I feel about his death. So no comment. And yeah, for those of you just tuning in that haven't watched the stream before, I'm hitchhiking around the States, showing people what the process of hitchhiking is like, what the experience is like, different people you meet and different places you go. We've had 24 rides on the trip so far. If you are curious what it's like, I know I'm not hitchhiking right now, but I have videos like up there, and you can see the different people I've met along the way. I think all 24 have made it onto the stream. We've had a lot of connection issues, but there is kind of video proof that we've been hitchhiking our way around. I've had a great time doing it. Everyone that's picked me up has been super awesome, which is par for the course for hitchhiking. For those of you that have never hitchhiked, maybe you think it's a very dangerous thing to do, but I can tell you from hitchhiking in 25 countries, being picked up over 700 times, it's not as dangerous as people make it out to be. And I feel like, since I've actually done it, I'm a decent source for information on that. Have you ever been kidnapped? No, I haven't. Yes, you kidnapped him once? Yeah. In 2015, I hitchhiked through Wales, which is where Watkins lives. And yeah, he kidnapped me in a Welsh castle. Kind of hope you get kidnapped. Well, that's not nice. And honestly, I think I've said this before, but having this being live streamed actually even increases the safety as far as hitchhiking is concerned, because when someone pulls over, I go up, I talk to them. That's one of my rules. I talk to people before I get into their cars, and then I have to say, I am recording this. This is being live streamed. Is that something you're comfortable with? And if someone had any kind of bad intentions, like wanting to kidnap me, they would say no, because they don't want their face live streamed to a bunch of people if they were going to kidnap someone. So you guys keep me safe. So thank you for keeping me safe. Macy, thanks for following, and Jackie, thanks for following as well. Hope you're enjoying your time so far. There will be hitchhiking to come. We're just taking a break, taking a nice little scenic walk. Morning. And we'll be doing this for the foreseeable future. I've said in previous streams, I'm doing this until I either run out of money, or two, I no longer enjoy it. But I've been quite enjoying this process of live streaming it for the first time in my life. So this will keep going for a while. It was 35 miles behind the mountains. Can't look at the picture right now. Hiking. We're hiking. Do you have a home? Not really a fixed home. What I've done for the past 4 years is I'll work somewhere in Canada. I've worked in several different cities, just saving up money, living cheaply. And then I'll quit my job and I'll go on a trip for X amount of months. Go see some places, hitchhike, do some different things. Then the money kind of gets low and I'll go home and redo the same process. Get a job, get some money, then quit the job and do it all over again. That's what I've been doing for 4 years. Why are you on the run? I have nothing to be on the run from, so I wouldn't say I'm on the run. I'm just enjoying my early 20s, seeing the world, meeting people, doing things, having a good time. So, going to some beautiful places like here, Fort Bragg. This coastal walk has actually been pretty spectacular. I'm pretty happy I took the time to go around here for a while. To anyone who's thinking about driving around the west coast of California, I'd recommend it. Both your parents support your travels? Yeah, they do. When I first started hitchhiking, my mom was not very supportive of that. She asked me not to. But, you know, being a teenager at the time, I was like, no, this is what I'm doing. This is what I want to do. So I did it, and I've only had good things to say about it for the past 4 years since I really started doing it. So if she doesn't, maybe she still doesn't like it, but I think she can at least appreciate it for what it is now. Because it's been a really great experience for me, and she's heard and now seen the kind of generosity people express to me as I travel around and people pick me up and stuff. It's a unique experience. Can you go to Malibu? I'll probably go through Malibu. Anything I should check out in Malibu? Or is that just your quintessential California place to go? Because there's one thing with my travels, I rarely ever do any kind of research. I just kind of go and deal with the cards I'm dealt as I go. But again, if any viewers have recommendations, places to see, things to do, I can look into it. Anyone love the ducks? I don't think it's actually my shoes you're hearing, it's actually the backpack straps are a little squeaky. But yeah, we can call them ducks strapped to my feet. Hope you have a Nintendo Switch in that bag? Nope. All my battery power, all that juice, gets directed into running this stream and my jetpack, which gives me my internet. Currently, if I do a full charge, we get about 3 days of power of live streaming before I have to recharge overnight again. Have you ever had sex with the people that give you a lift? I haven't set this stream to mature. So I'm not sure if I should address that question or not. But maybe me saying that already answers your question. I'll say if you hitchhike enough, you're going to see and do a lot of different things. So I'm going to tell you now, if you start hitchhiking with the intent that it's just going to be you're going to be picked up by a bunch of girls, or if you're a girl, picked up by guys that you'd want to sleep with and they're interested in doing that, or if you're a guy and you like guys that you want to it's not going to happen, like, ever or very often at all. So don't hitchhike with the expectation that that will be your experience, because I'm guessing it won't unless you do it a whole lot. Unless it's forced, which I'd never do. Hey Jay Durkin, how's your day going? Good to see you in chat. This looks like a nice beach. Yeah, we've been hiking for maybe an hour, over an hour, along this coastline. And somewhere up here there's an actual beach, which we'll check out, go down to and see. So maybe hang out at the beach a little bit, have a quick snack, then we'll be heading back into town and eventually hitchhiking again. No pickups today yet. I camped out just outside town last night and read about this hike, so just going on a hike for now. We'll be hitchhiking later though. Why don't I walk on the beach? Because it's been blocked off the entire time and most of it is on a cliff edge. So there is no beach, but now there's a beach and there's a path down to the beach, so we're gonna go to the beach. So don't you worry. We're going to the beach. But first I just want to scout out what's up here. Because I like exploring. Because there has to be a beach for you to actually go to in order to go to the beach. And prior to this point, there hasn't been a beach. There's been a cliff edge. Oh, look at this. Now down here, there's a bunch of like tidal pools. And there's people like checking out, looking for nature. So maybe we'll go down there, see if we can see some nature. Maybe some crabs, Watkins. I have nothing against crabs. Was that because we talked about like seafood and stuff, and I said that I'm not like a huge fan of crabs? It's not that I don't like them, I just don't see the appeal that much, because to me it doesn't really taste like much. It just tastes like whatever you cook them with. So you cook them with and dip them in garlic butter. It tastes like garlic butter, which is delicious. But you can dip anything in garlic butter and it tastes delicious because it's garlic butter. Now my concern is when I go down here, we're going to be right below a cliff edge, so I might lose connection a little bit, but we'll find it. We're going to the beach. I think I'll go down this way. It's a bit of a scramble. Alright. You dip your girlfriend in garlic butter on occasion? That's a good idea, man. I gotta get in on that. Not with your girlfriend, like, when I get my own. Let's check out some of these tidal pools. Now, are we losing connection a lot? Yeah, see, this is like some beach glass I just picked up along the way. You can kind of see it's translucent, not transparent, but translucent. Yeah. Just trying to see if I see anything in here. Not seeing anything living. But we got glass. Beach glass. If you'll focus. But no, you won't. What do you think of a beach? Glass beach. I'm not gonna go too far, like over where there's people walking over there, because I'm not taking my boots off. And with the backpack on, which has my internet connection, it'll be sketchy. Okay. Yeah, that's Glass Beach. Pretty exciting. Girls yet. Young yet. Now dry sand's really annoying to walk in with 60+ pounds on your back, and leather boots, but that's okay. Oh. Oh. Yeah, right here is an actual tidal pool. So that's disconnected from the ocean, and it's apparently just a little pool for now. No, I haven't. Yep, in 700 plus rides, I haven't had someone that has been creepy in that kind of way before. Is that lucky, or is that just par for the course? I don't know. My experience has been very positive. Let's see if we hold on connection if we walk out here. Yeah, it's crazy. There's just kind of everywhere you look here, there's just broken bits of glass that turned into yeah, that the ocean kind of weathers, so it's not sharp. Everything comes rounded out, and it kind of just looks like a rock that's translucent. That's kind of cool. I'm not going to bring any with me. When I travel, I kind of try to leave things as they were when I found them. But it's cool to look at. This looks pretty neat. You guys? Panorama. Ain't that something? Yeah, I wasn't sure this morning if I was just gonna hitchhike out of town first thing in the morning or spend a little time. But I did have one of our viewers tell me that I should come to Fort Bragg here. I don't think he specified why, but he said I should come to Fort Bragg, so here I am. Definitely worth the detour to do this walk. I like walking anyway, so yeah, it's been pretty cool. Yeah, I think that's the best kind of viewpoint. Over there, there's some more rocks, but I think the best view is right kind of where I was. So I'm gonna keep going on my walk. Actually, I'm at the end. I have to check out. I'm gonna see where I'm at on this trail, because I might be like kind of at the end of it. I think the start of the trail is kind of at this beach. The other start is where I started over an hour ago, hour and a half, 2 hours ago. I don't know how long it's been. 1 second. Just bringing up a map. Yeah, actually this is the end of the coastal walk. So we'd be heading back into town. And Might as well leave you with a view while I'm doing shit. Then maybe grabbing a bite to eat and refill my water bottle and continue hitchhiking. Right now I'm on Highway 1, like the coastal highway. The problem is south of here there's absolutely no connection at all, so I won't be able to live stream the process of hitchhiking. So I'm probably going to head back to Highway 101. But during the process of getting back to Highway 101, I'm going to lose connection. The highway that links up the two highways is, well, there's no connection. There's a website called opensignal.com, and they kind of tell you what kind of connection you can expect in certain areas based off of your carrier. And yeah, that connecting highway, there's nothing. So I'll live stream the process of catching the ride. You guys will probably see me like first meet the person, but as soon as we start leaving town, it's just gonna drop, and I'll reconnect back up with the stream when I get back onto the 101. But that won't be for a while yet. I'm a ways away from the spot where I'd be hitchhiking. So yeah, I'll be streaming for a while. But I know once I get my first ride today, I'm gonna lose connection. That's just part of the fun of this, I guess. But yes, Camp Band, which is Andrea, right? Not April. Look where I am. I'm at a beach. I'm in California. Seeing things, doing stuff, going on hikes. Yup. Alright, I'm ready. Yep. So we've been on hiking for an hour and a half, 2 hours. About to finish my hike, and then we're gonna resupply a little bit and start hitchhiking again. So that's what we're doing today. Should be a fun day. And the weather's gorgeous, so it's a pretty yes, you go do things, that sounds so fun. Yeah, it's been a really good day so far. Of course, as soon as I leave Washington, Oregon, the weather becomes gorgeous. Classic California being California. So, welcome to California. Yeah. Refill my water, have a snack. I might have a little bit of a short picnic, just at like a... Actually, you know what? Why don't I just sit right here and do it? I'm gonna eat a few of my Sour Patch Kids and have some water, and then we'll carry on. Yeah, right here. Whatever, Calio's alright, Oregon's where it's at. It rained every day but the last day I was in Oregon. That's what Oregon was to me, rainy. Albeit I don't mind the rain that much, it's just I was permanently wet, essentially. Alright. Let's figure out where I can put you guys down. Maybe over here. It's been so sunny. Yeah, I think the whole coast is sunny now, so it's not just California that's nice now, it's everywhere. But I still like to make fun of Oregon because I can. Where do I want to sit? There's a bit of bird shit everywhere, so let's go over here. Okay, and let's get you guys set up over here. We'll try to get you some kind of view while we do this. Might as well look at something pretty while we're just sitting here. That makes sense to me. Just gonna have a little bit of candy, a little guilty pleasure. And then we'll be walking back into Fort Bragg, grabbing some water, maybe a bite to eat, maybe a Snickers bar for the road, and start hitchhiking. So there's hitchhiking to come. and I'm still eating your guys' bread. That stuff is awesome. It doesn't go stale like any other type of bread I've had. It's been a staple of my diet for the past 4 days or whatever. Candy is an excellent source of nutrients. You fully support this? It's a guilty pleasure. The bread? Yeah, it is. That bread is not going stale at all. For those of you watching that don't know, Camp Band 2009, her name's Andrea, sorry. And they picked me up 4 days ago or something. Drove me 30 miles south, bought me dinner, which was amazing. Hung out, we skipped some rocks. Then they drove me 30 miles back north to where they picked me up in the first place. And they gave me a loaf of this really nice, like, sourdough fancy bread. And it's delicious. And it keeps really well. Most bread gets stale, like, in a day or two. But, this stuff is rock solid. Freaking, I know, it's pretty much magical. So. Now's the time where you plug the bakery in the chat, so people can find this magical bread. Just outside Portland, Oregon, if I recall correctly. This is 100% pure sugar, essentially. But you know what? Sugar's quick energy. Keeps me going. Like, it's better to have some more protein and carbs and stuff with that. Like your slower burning energy, especially protein. But and fats as well, to keep you feeling full. But this gives you a little bit of quick energy. Okay, able to airdrop some of her magic bread from Grano Bakery in Oregon City. That's it, Oregon City, yeah. So if you want really good bread, go to Grano Bakery in Oregon City. For those of you that don't know where Oregon City is, it's in Oregon. I know, it's surprising. That's a nice coastline, I agree. That's why we're taking a little break here. Just a nice little scenic break. Eat some Sour Patch Kids, drink some water, and then keep walking. I thought it was in Texas. Well, we'll be in Texas. We'll get to see the kind of landscape you get in Texas soon enough. And my backpack fell over. Classic backpack. It's always falling over. Actually, I should stand it back up. My antenna should be kind of pointed up. One sec. Best. They don't have as good of bakeries. Well, I'll try and put that to the test. See if California can compare on the bakery front. But I'm guessing you're right. I'm guessing you're right. Oh, no, Oregon City. Sounds very Texas-y. Texas-ish. Sounds very Texas. It's a lot of ways to say that it looks like it's in Texas. I like it. Or as clever of names for the cities. Yeah. They were really original with that one, weren't they? Fuck, what do we name this place? There's nothing interesting about this place, but it's in Oregon, so... Oregon City? Sounds good to me. It's a city in Oregon, I feel like. It's just the most clever name. Hide in plain sight kind of a deal. Yeah. I'm sure that was their intention. Sour worms. No, it's sour kids. See? It's little children. I'm gonna finish the bag here. No more Sour Patch Kids. This was a guilty pleasure when April and Andrea picked me up 4 days ago. I just decided to get a little candy for our slumber party, and then I still have them, so. Didn't you say somewhere in Oregon City it's like the start or the end of the Oregon Trail? Something like that? Something died of dysentery. Now this is the only problem with like candies and like variable weather, hot weather, kind of squishing it in your bag. All my children became one. Yeah. It is the end of the Oregon Trail. There you go. Fun fact. There's something to see in Oregon City. The end of the Oregon Trail. And I didn't know that until they told me that. Until Camp Band 2009 told me about that. I'm getting educated. I have a giant covered wagon as a tribute to it. Who doesn't like wagons? Yep. One of my hitchhiking goals is to get picked up by like a horse and buggy. One of the viewers, and a really awesome artist, her name in chat is Madame Piggy. She said that she's hitchhiked before, but she wasn't sure if it counted, and she got picked up by, I think it was a horse and buggy in Romania. So she's hitchhiked like once, and she's already done something that I've been hoping to achieve in years of hitchhiking. So it's doable. Go to Pennsylvania, the Amish will do that. Alright, we're going to Pennsylvania. We're doing an Amish horse and buggy hitchhiking stream. That'd be pretty cool. Also, at some point along this trip, I'm gonna try and hitchhike a ride on a plane. Like a small, like pretty much go to a recreational airport where people just fly for fun and try to chat up the pilots there you know, talk about aviation, you know, try to get in with them and be like, oh, you're going flying today? Where are you flying to? Would you mind taking a passenger along? Because that's on my bucket list as far as hitchhiking goes too. Catch a ride on a plane. So, stay tuned for that. I think California is going to be a good place to do that, because there's a lot of people with money here, and people with money can afford to buy planes. Because planes aren't cheap. Even like a really cheap plane is going to be like well over $100,000, I think. If anyone knows the plane market better than that, you know, you can let me know how much a plane goes for, but they're not cheap. And to Hershey, Pennsylvania because chocolate. I could do that. Gotta add all these places to the list of places to go in America. Like, there's just so much to see in the United States. And there's a lot to see in Canada, don't get me wrong. And Canada being the second largest country, you'd think there'd be even more to see. But like, everything in Canada is really focused along the south coast. I guess I can point at the bottom. We're all just lined up along that south coast, hugging that southern warmth. Where in the US, you guys are spread all over. Towns all over, cities all over the place. In Canada, we focus on the south part. So, even though Canada is bigger by landmass, it feels like the United States is bigger. Because it's, yeah, no matter where you go, there's seems to be stuff going on. Almost done, and we'll be back to hiking. Go back into town, refill my water bottle, maybe grab a bite for the road, and then go out to where I'll be hitchhiking back to Highway 101 today. Am I going to see the Grand Canyon? Forgive my ignorance, but which state is the Grand Canyon in again? Because it depends on the state it's in. Because I can't hitchhike in any state where it's illegal. We try to stay on the straight and narrow here. Follow the rule of the law. And I cannot live stream the process of doing something that is outright illegal. But the Grand Canyon would be cool. I wonder if if Verizon has reception out there. Probably. It's such a big landmark that I'm guessing they would put towers around there. And yeah, but I'd still get banned from Twitch. And according, like, playing the innocent tourist card works a lot of the time, but that just depends on how the officer is feeling, because ignorance isn't a proper legal defense. You can't like kill someone and be like, sorry, I didn't know I couldn't kill someone. Even if you don't know the laws, you still have to follow the laws, which sounds kind of weird, but yeah, it doesn't work if you are being prosecuted for something and you get up on they put you on the stand and you're like, I didn't know I couldn't do this. It doesn't work as a defense, unfortunately. But it might get you out of a ticket, like, just, you know, from an officer directly, just being like, oh, I'm from Canada, I don't know the rules here, this is okay in Canada, I didn't know, sorry. They might be feeling nice and just let you go, but Twitch would just ban me for it, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, Route 66 would be cool. Again, I'd have to look at the states it runs through, because again, there's states where it's illegal to hitchhike and legality and all. Arizona. Actually, I think Arizona's okay. How do you pay for all this shit? Well, the thing about hitchhiking is transportation is free, and the thing about living in a tent and free camping is accommodation is free. So your day-to-day costs are kind of insignificant. They're very small. It's just food, incidentals, and entertainment. You can cut down your food costs significantly. You don't really have to eat. If you don't eat out and you just eat out of supermarkets, basic food costs can be insignificant. And then, well, entertainment's optional. You don't have to do anything fun. And places like this are free. And it's like a public park, so. So I afford all this by not spending very much money when I'm traveling. I thought the murder laws were just the guideline. They're just guidelines. Maybe you shouldn't murder someone. Maybe you don't feel like it. But if you do, like, it's okay. Murder. Yeah, what I've done for the past 4 years is I'll work for several months to, the longest I took a break from traveling was about a year, save up money, and then go on a trip. Go on a trip, trip ends, come back home, get a job, save up money, quit your job, go on a trip. So, I just live really frugally at all points. Whether I'm traveling, whether I'm living at home, I just don't spend that much money. Yeah. It's easy to save money when you don't spend money. You ever should find a campsite to camp out, or any plot of land will do. No. This is like a kind of gray area thing. In my opinion, based off of how I do things, where when I camp, I follow the leave no trace principle. As soon as I take my camp down and pack it up and leave, you should never know that I was ever there. I don't have a campfire. I don't leave any trash behind. I don't do anything. All I do is set down my tent after the sun goes down and take it down at first light in the morning. So I'm really not doing anything. Now I try to avoid sleeping on private property because someone does own that property, and I don't really want to trespass on their property. But yeah, I'll just find some public land and set up my tent, camp out for the night. To me, it doesn't make sense to pay for a 10 by 10 square of grass to set down your tent. There is so much open, beautiful land for you to just lay your head down for the night. And if I'm not damaging that environment, morally, I think that is something fine to do. People might disagree with that, but no, I don't stay at official campsites. The only reason why I would is if I'm really hurting for a shower, and this campsite has shower facilities or somewhere to plug in. Yeah. But I do, like, as far as live streaming stuff, the camping situation is the most kind of gray area as far as what I can kind of live stream and stuff like that, because, like, I don't know, it's kind of a legal gray area. But yeah, for the most part, or for pretty much the whole part, I try to keep things by the rule of the law as far as how what I show live streaming and what I do while I'm traveling. So There's states where hitchhiking is illegal. I won't be hitchhiking through there. There's specific highways that are illegal, and I won't be hitchhiking on those for the most part. Those highways are the interstates. You can technically hitchhike on them legally. You just have to be at the very top of the on-ramp before you get on the highway. So you can. It's just more awkward, I guess. Where are you at today? We're in Fort Bragg, northern-ish California. It's still considered Northern California. I got dropped off here last night, camped out, and then decided to do this coastal hike here this morning, and then I'll be hitchhiking back to Highway 101 this afternoon. Because I looked, like, I'm on Highway 1 right now, which is the actual coastal highway at this point. The problem is south of here and north of here, so I already experienced some dead zones. There's like no internet at all. There's no connection, so I can't live stream it. And the whole purpose of this trip is to live stream the process of hitchhiking so people can see what that experience is like, because I've had a great time doing it over the past 4 years. So I want to show people what that is like. And if there's no Verizon network, then I cannot live stream it and you guys cannot see what it's like. So we're gonna go back to somewhere where you can get connection outside of towns. Like right now we're on Highway 1, but we're in a city. I think it's like 8,000 people. So there's really good connection here. But once we get like 5 miles south of town, it's gonna be gone. So we're gonna try and get back to Highway 101. I looked at the cell kind of connection along the Highway 101 at this point, and it looks like it's starting to get better. We've experienced a lot of network connection issues as we have gone on this trip. We've had a lot of days where things haven't gone that smooth connection-wise. But as we get further south in California, things kind of become more populated, and it looks like the cellular network is a bit more complete. So hopefully it'll work better for live streaming. The one is so nice, but yeah, I guess you need people. Well, yeah, the whole purpose of the stream is to live stream it and show people what it's like. And I've really enjoyed having kind of people hanging out, watching, chatting, stuff like that. Because there's a lot of downtime with hitchhiking, and having people to interact with during all those downtimes, like when I'm walking out of a town, because I do a lot of walking, or when I'm standing waiting for a ride, and I have to wait an hour. You guys kind of watching and chatting makes it for actually quite a fun experience, where a lot of that time is just kind of you dealing with it and being patient, kind of just keeping your own mind kind of occupied. But now I've got kind of you guys to talk with, and it's fun. So to me, you guys are my travel partners, so I'm not going to leave you guys behind as much as I can. There's some periods where you're just going to lose connection, or maybe we'll run out of power, or maybe I'll break something and it'll take a little bit of time to get the stream back, but I'm going to do everything in my power to bring everyone along with me as I go. So that's the plan. I finished my sour cherry blasters. I'm just going to drink some water, and then I'm going to walk out of here and start preparing to catch a ride back to the 101. But yeah, this Highway 1 here is absolutely gorgeous. And to get here, when we first split off from Highway 101 to Highway 1, that was the windiest road I've ever been on. We saw a few, sports cars and stuff like that were on it, and I'm like, they must be having a blast, because this is a crazy, windy, mountainous highway, which makes sense that we lost connection completely. But it was fun to drive it. Alright, I'm gonna put my water away and pick up my bag and bring you guys with me. Leave you with one final sight of the coastline while I pack up. hiking out of here now. Makes you want to go back to the beach, like a screensaver. Yeah, that's quite a view. Like, I could very happily just sit there for hours. There's something extremely calming about looking at the ocean. Just relax. Alright. But we're gonna keep moving on. This is kind of a cool tidal pool. I like this. It's completely closed off from the ocean. Just seeing if I can find it. Trying to see if I could see any fishes or anything, but don't see anything. Good yourself? Awesome. I haven't really shown you guys this side of the beach, which is pretty much equally as spectacular, so just show that before I leave. What's the temperature today? I think we're at the high is 14 degrees Celsius, so we're probably not quite there yet, because it's no, it's noon. It's probably around 14 right now, but just a gentle breeze, which is quite nice, especially when you're walking. So you should totally sing some T-Swift, Swifty. Oh man, there's like people over there just like laying down some towels and having a nap and stuff. Oh, that looks nice. Don't think I'm gonna do that today though. Alright. Say goodbye to the ocean. We're walking out now. At least I think I am. Unless I get lost. You guys are gonna have to join me for a karaoke stream. We can sing some T-Swift together. It's kind of sad leaving the ocean. Aw. Oh. Crazy squirrel. Oh no, I missed it. Squirrels were chasing each other's down the trail. I'll make April do it on her break. I'll just pull you guys into Discord and can sing along to some Swifty. not opposed to some Beyonce. Do some single ladies. Is that Beyonce? I feel bad if it's not. Should know Beyonce songs. Park rules, park rules. Oh man, these are some good warnings. Oh yeah, just do the whole dance. They're quite graphic. Like, none of these people are having a good time. Like, the ocean is deadly cold. Yeah, it is a little disturbing, isn't it? Like, usually it's just like some like very generically drawn, almost stick person, and it's like, caution, cliff edge. And this one, it's like fully animated drawing children like falling off cliffs, which I guess it gets the message across. You bring your kids here, this is what could happen to them, so watch them. Checking out a map of where I am, where I need to go. Okay. Stay straight until I hit the one. Alright. Yeah, I'm really happy I did that hike this morning. If you missed the rest of it, there'll be a VOD, I guess, up there, which will show that. The connection here is good enough that I was able to do it in 720p, so HD, which means you guys could actually probably see pretty decent. Where most of my streams are in standard definition. But this jetpack, or this antenna I have up here, has actually really helped with my upload speeds, where I should be able to do, well, when the connection's not great, I should be able to do more reliable streams, and when the connection is decent, hopefully higher resolution streams. So does the HD stream eat your batteries faster? Not that I've noticed. Pretty much to run this, I have my phone permanently plugged into like a mobile battery, a 20,000 milliamp hour battery, and like the battery almost just charges it at the same rate it discharges it, so it just kind of stays at almost the same charge at wherever you plug it in at. And I haven't noticed any difference in battery consumption. Maybe it does a bit more, I'm not sure. It's certainly going to use up more data, but luckily I have truly unlimited data, so that doesn't really matter. Gotta go. Don't die. No promises, but I'll try not to. Have a good one. And thanks again for the bread. Even though it was April's that kind of had the bread, because she works at the bakery. But, yeah. I had fun with you guys, so maybe I'll be back. I'll come to Oregon City. Come say hi again. But have a good one. You got this? Yeah, I got this. a very exclusive city, as you can tell by the name, yes. It is the city of Oregon. There's no other city that is named Oregon City, so it must be the best city. Because it's named after the state, so it's got to be representative of everything the state has to offer. The city of Oregon, yeah. It is the city. Oh look, Watkins. Whales. The thing you asked me to ask everyone about. Whales, right? That's it, right? There you go. Fort Bragg knows about whales. But I think I told you, one of my rides I asked him about whales, and he just started, like, I think I specified, like, United Kingdom, and he just started telling me about a documentary he watched on whales, the aquatic mammals. So another thing, which I guess I'll probably have to upgrade in time as things get hotter, is I've noticed when I'm in a vehicle and they keep it pretty warm in there, the combination of live streaming and powering my battery at the same time causes the phone to overheat, and then it gives me a warning that the phone's overheating and it's going to shut down. So then I scramble and try to like cool it down by putting it next to a vent or next to the window, somewhere cool. But I think what's happening there is, unfortunately, it's just an old phone, and streaming makes it work pretty hard. So I think I'll have to upgrade my phone at some point to something where live streaming is just a lot easier on the processor, so it doesn't heat up as much. Also, something waterproof would be nice, as we experienced the first 9 days of this trip. You made a new pic! We're gonna have to check that out in a bit, and I'll show it on stream. Yeah, if you email that to me, I'll check it out and show everyone. Because for those of you that don't know, Watkins, like my offline image and my profile picture, in the little profile picture, is an image that Watkins made for me in the stream on day 4 of Hitchhiking America. Either or, Watkins. Both work. So, I'm excited to see what you made. Haven't I been since day 2? Eating from a tin. Yeah, you've been in this stream, but I think it was day 4 that you messaged me and said that you made an image for the stream. So yeah, you've been here longer than that. I was just, I got the first image you made only on day 4, which I thought was crazy. So I've just been streaming for 4 days, and I'm like, what? Someone made me a picture? That's amazing. So thank you. yeah, when I resupply my water and grab a bite, we'll stop and look at the image you made. So what do I want to eat? Where do I want to go? So I'd rather just fill up my water with tap water rather than paying for a bottle of water, because tap water is just fine here. Send it to Discord General. Cool. I'll check it out in a minute. But I was kind of sad, like on your image, it's, you know, like me hitchhiking, and then like 101. And right now, I briefly branched off of 101 to go to Highway 1. I'm like, no, the image says 101. I'm supposed to go down 101. What am I doing? But we're going back to 101. But eventually, like, we'll be leaving it. Like, it doesn't go on forever. Gotta go east at some point. We only have so much America until we hit Mexico. And I do want to hitchhike through Mexico, just not right now. This is hitchhiking America at the moment. Time to update then? Well, we'll be back on 101, yeah, soon, but when we do leave the 101, then we can update the highway at that point. That'd be good. Keep the images updated based upon what I'm doing at that particular moment in time. One has a special moment for me because it's the first. Yeah. Oh. You thought it was 101 as in like introductory course. You know what? That makes sense. But no, it's actually the coastal highway for the most part, going down the coast of Washington, Oregon, California, is called Highway 101. So that's the actual meaning, but it makes sense. And I have been trying to show people like the actual process of finding a spot, where to hitchhike, how to hitchhike, different methods of hitchhiking. In reality, it's not that complicated, but I think most people just haven't really done it, so there is a curiosity on how to go about doing that. I was going to say correctly, but I don't think you can really say there's one correct way to hitchhike. It's just going to be your opinion based off of your experience doing it, so I'll give you my opinions on how I think you should hitchhike based upon my experience doing it. Thought it was 101 Dalmatians? Well, I have had a few rides with dogs in them, so that's always I love dogs. Maybe by the end of this we'll have had 101 rides with dogs. Probably not Dalmatians. I don't think I've ever met a Dalmatian. I'll show you the... And stare at my face the whole time. I'll just give you a quick look at what I'm looking at. This is the town or city of Fort Bragg. Mural over there. Have you ever met other hitchhikers that do what you do? Just hitchhike all over for the sake of hitchhiking all over? I've met a few other hitchhikers that hitchhike just for the sake of hitchhiking for fun. But the majority I see are hitchhiking because they need to be hitchhiking. It's out of necessity, not out of not a choice. So I've met a few, mostly Europeans, People from Europe that are hitchhiking. I think I've met a couple people from Quebec as well, hitchhiking for fun. Just one sec. So, met a few, but it's really not that many. So we got planned for food. What you fancy eating? Yeah, that's the decision. I'm trying to... I don't want to spend money on like a proper place. I'm just going... there's a Safeway on my way out of town. I'll probably just stop at Safeway and grab something. Yeah. I've spent a decent amount of money on my trip compared to what I usually spend, so I'm going to try and frugal things up a little bit. Cheap, high carb, small protein. Yeah, I'll probably grab... well, bread is a staple of mine, which is carbs. What should I do for protein, though? Good question. Well, I think my classic Snickers bar, sponsor me Snickers, it satisfies me, has about 7 grams of protein in your regular size bar, which is something. So my Snickers bars give me a little sugar, a little protein, a little bit of fat. But yeah, I'm not sure what else I'll see what's there. Like I love having like some dry pepperoni or jerky or something like that. Like that's ultimate troubleshoot. Super calorie dense, high in protein, high in fats as well. So it's really good. It's just expensive 99% of the time. When do you crave the most? Snickers, man. Snickers is my travel food. Snickers sponsor me. I love Snickers. And I only eat Snickers when I'm traveling. I don't eat it ever when I'm at home. When I'm in Canada, I don't eat Snickers. Only when I travel do I eat Snickers. Snickers hype? Yeah, we'll probably grab a few Snickers bars before we head out of town. So yeah, in with the Snickers hype. Like I still have a lot of or a decent chunk of bread from April and Andrea 4 days ago, and their bread's really good. Like it's some real good bread. So kind of have that. I feel like I want one other thing. So I'm gonna buy Snickers. I have bread. What would complete the trifecta? Your classic combination of candy bars, bread, and I don't know. What do we think? And those of you who don't know, I don't eat very well when I'm traveling. I stay quite active. I'm walking all day, every day. But I don't eat well. What type of bread is it? It's like a fancy type of sourdough bread, but fancy. How is it still edible? I know, right? I could give you a description. I DM'd April, the one that works at the bakery, and she gave me a description of the bread, so I could give you a a fancy profile of what that bread is. But apparently it's like $8 a loaf. This is like some like high-end fancy schmancy kind of bread. Like a lot of times I eat bread because it's within the budget. Bread is usually cheap. But cheap bread is usually cheap, but expensive bread is not cheap. So I got I've been able to indulge on fancy, expensive bread for the past few days. And it's a really dense loaf, so I can eat a few big chunks and it satiates me, keeps me feeling full for a while. It's not very attractive to eat. I have like a full loaf and I'm just like, bread goes with soup and pasta. It's too hot. Well, I feel too hot, even though it's only 14 degrees. But yes, it does go with soup and pasta, I agree. That would be a good combination. But I don't like, I guess I could buy a can of soup and just eat it room temperature. According to online, out of fridge should only last 2 to 3 days, max 5 in fridge. Well, this is fancy bread that I don't go by like some best before date. I go by the smell test and the taste test and the looking at it test, and it looks fine, so I'm gonna keep eating it. Keep in mind, you're talking to someone that historically, I haven't done on this trip, but I have gone dumpster diving for food, just pastries. Because, in my opinion, we throw out a lot of stuff that is still perfectly edible. Like the bread in store, if it has a best before date, they just can't sell it after that date. But I'm sure if you've bought bread before, and it's hit that best before date, you've still eaten it, it's still fine. Unless you visibly see mold growing on it, your bread is just fine. That's my opinion about pulling bread out of a dumpster. It's usually in a separate bag too, so it's kept separate from the rest of things. So Cynthia asks, how's it going, Matt? It's going great. It's beautiful. I'm in California. It's finally sunny. Had like 9 days of rain and now a few days of sun in a row. Feeling good. Went on a couple-hour hike. Saw some pretty sights. Very beautiful coastline around here in Fort Bragg. So we checked that out. It's been a great day. How's your day going? And my poor just love adventures. Like I save up enough money for my trips. I just try to be very frugal when I'm on my trips, and the less I spend on a day-to-day basis, the more I can travel. Like usually I budget more, or like I bring more cash on my trip than I actually use, because I like to have a little cushion. You know, if anything goes wrong, I can just buy myself a flight wherever, out of anywhere. It's like your safety net. So I just travel very frugally, but I usually have a bit of a cushion to fall back on, because I never run my money down to zero. Because like I only have myself to rely on when I'm traveling. Like it's just me traveling, so I have to take care of myself, and part of my safety thing is being able to afford to get myself out of a situation. And sometimes you just have to buy your way out of a situation. Here in Norway, we just sell the food normally, thrown away, super cheap. That's a good idea. And I think more and more places are letting it kind of be donated as it gets to the end of its days, because it's still edible. There's nothing wrong with it. But I think there's been a problem where like a company will donate food and someone will say they got sick from it, and then there's a lawsuit. So companies kind of stopped doing that, donating food that they were just going to throw away, which is kind of a shame. But yeah. That's cool, you're the first Norwegian viewer that I think we've seen. Scented. Thanks for following the channel. Hope you're enjoying yourself so far. There will be hitchhiking coming up soon. We're just going to resupply on water, grab a little bit of food, and then we'll be hitchhiking back to Highway 101. We're on Highway 1 right now, heading south. Just there's no connection south of here on Highway 1, and there's better connection on Highway 101, so that's what we're doing. Well, Brett, I have had 4th day, seen 1 green dot. Yeah. You just gotta, you know, use your senses, check things out, be sensible. Probably a little spot of mold won't kill you. Maybe it will, I don't know. Yeah, I usually have no problem eating until it molds. Yeah, that's essentially when you discover bread is no longer good, is when it starts growing stuff on it. Same with cheese, but with cheese you can just cut off the moldy parts. Loving the good vibes, man? Yeah. I love traveling, I love hitchhiking, so I'm usually in a good mood when I'm traveling. Sometimes I get a little tired, so there might be times where I aren't talking as much, because it is an exhausting way of traveling. I walk a lot all day. I'm in and out of cars all day, so it does wear on you. But I go to bed at like 9 o'clock every night. I go to bed as soon as the sun goes down, so I get a lot of sleep. And then I take it down first thing in the morning, which is, it gets light right around 6 right now, so that's when I've been packing up every morning. Ever been to Europe? Yeah, in 2015 I did a around the world hitchhiking trip, and I went through a lot of European countries in about 4 months. I did Ireland, Wales, England, Scotland, Norway, Sweden, Denmark, Germany, Netherlands, Belgium, Luxembourg, France, Switzerland, Liechtenstein, Austria, Slovenia, Croatia, Poland, Lithuania, Latvia, and Russia. So the European part of Russia and the Asian part of Russia. So I have been to Europe, and I went to Norway as well. And I really enjoyed Norway. I had a great first experience with Norway. I flew from Shetland Islands in northern Scotland, like the island chain, way up north where I took a ferry up there. And I flew to Bergen, Norway. And I met this couple on my plane and told them what I was doing, and they're like, oh, why don't you just crash at our place tonight? So I did. They brought me home, cooked me dinner, let me sleep in their house in Bergen, made me breakfast. I tried that weird Norwegian brown looking cheese. And then they took me out to the end of, or we walked out together to the end of Bergen the next day, and I hitchhiked out. But right from the get-go I had a great experience in Norway. I hitchhiked up to Trondheim and then cut east into Sweden. Hey, Bergen is your hometown? Well, it's a beautiful place to be from. I loved Bergen. So awesome, man. Yeah, that was a really fun trip. Europe's so great for traveling around, hitchhiking around too. You don't have to travel that far to get somewhere completely new. Whereas where I'm from in Canada, say you place yourself down in Regina, in the middle of Canada, you drive 8 hours east or west, it looks the same. Nothing's changed. 8 hours west gets you to Calgary, 8 hours east gets you to Winnipeg. There's nothing really exciting. But in Europe, you drive 8 hours, you've just crossed half of Europe. Do you like the brown cheese though? I wasn't sure about it. Had a pretty strong flavor to it. What is that cheese called? Does it have a specific name, or is there a lot of brown cheeses? It's kind of sliced off a slice and put it on toast, I think. I think that's what, or just on some bread, like an open-ended sandwich. I don't think it'd be something I'd eat every day, but every once in a while I wouldn't mind partaking in your brown cheese. Brunost? I probably butchered the pronunciation of that, but that's what it's called. Yeah, I thought it was a cool initiation into Norway and to just being invited to someone's home on the first day. It's a taste you have to grow up with, to be honest, yeah. I believe that. Okay, that's the direct translation, is just brown cheese, okay. It's actually cloudy. I haven't seen a cloud in a while. It's strange, almost. Oh yeah, it's kind of nice right now because I'm walking up an extended small hill. So it's a bit cooler when you're not in direct sunlight. But yeah, one of the things I try to avoid doing is sweating, because when you sweat you start to smell quicker, and I'm sweating. Also, you're very lucky. Norwegians are usually known for being hard to get to know, so most tourists get a cold impression from us. Now the thing with, I got really lucky with the plane for sure. Like that's crazy. But the thing with hitchhiking is, usually tourists don't pick you up, so I get picked up by Norwegians. So I travel by meeting local people. So even though they have the reputation for being cold and not like super social to outsiders and everything, that's how I get around. And luckily in Norway they speak beautiful English. Like everyone speaks English. So Norway was awesome. When I was hitchhiking north up your highway, the highway wasn't the best for hitchhiking. I looked for 3 things in a hitchhiking spot, and a lot of the hitchhiking spots headed up north on that highway are not available. So look for a long line of sight. Sometimes that had that, but we were directly on the highway, so highway speeds, and they had like no shoulder. It was like the narrowest little shoulder, and then like a metal barrier, so there's no way they could actually pull off the road properly. So I didn't like your roads for that reason, but everything else was good. And the rides came pretty quick. Met some really nice people. Alright, going into Safeway now. You get weird looks when you're in a public place with this getup, like a selfie stick, tripod, floofy camera, or floofy microphone, and a wide angle lens. It's an interesting setup. Okay. Wonder if they have a washroom I can fill up my water bottle in. I usually prefer to just get tap water. There's nothing wrong with tap water here. Envy your ability to roam the world so freely. Do you have a job at home? Cycle back to earn money. Before I travel, I always end up quitting my job because I never know when I'm going to come back. So I quit my job, travel, come back, get a new job, work, save up money, travel, repeat. And I've been doing that for 4 years. I just live very frugally, like my whole, both when I'm at home and when I'm traveling. It's pretty easy to save money if you never spend any money. Don't really know what I'm looking for. It might be nice to have something kind of fresh. Maybe I'll buy like a singular orange, something citrusy and fresh. Because I don't eat many like fresh things, which unfortunately looks like they're all in bags. I just want one orange, please. I think I'm gonna have a kiwi if they're fresh. I'm just gonna have one kiwi. It's dangerous to go alone. I've always traveled alone, actually, but on this trip I'm not alone. I have you guys watching me, chatting with me, interacting with me, so I'm not alone, am I? So thanks for being here with me, guys. This is the first trip I've ever had where I'm actually not like traveling alone. Albeit hitchhiking is a very social way of traveling, so I'm actually traveling with people a lot of the time. Cameron, thanks for following. We'll be hitchhiking soon if you haven't seen me do that yet. Just grabbing a quick bite. Actually, this morning some guy saw me, he's like, "Are you traveling?" And he just picked up some donations from Starbucks. Starbucks donates pastries every day apparently for the community, and he gave me a couple croissants and a chocolate pastry, so I'll probably eat that. I'll eat a kiwi. Proper way to eat a kiwi, you just bite it. You don't cut it and like scoop out the inside. You just eat it, skin and all. That's the way you do it. Sorry, what I said, I needed water. I'm gonna feel real silly if I just, Snickers. Snickers is what I need. For those of you just watching, Snickers is my travel food. I only eat it when I'm traveling. I don't eat it back in British Columbia, my home. It's my travel food. Oh, sorry, and you said hi and I didn't say hi back. I don't even know how to pronounce your name. Where's the candy bar aisle? Candy bar, candy bar. Ah, here we go. Now Safeway is something we also have in Canada, so I'm familiar with Safeway. A lot of the stuff in the States we don't have. Like I've been to a Jack in the Box twice. We don't have Jack in the Boxes. Did I walk past the candy bars? These are chocolate bars.
Attention service desk 200.
Yeah, Brian Adams. What time is it? It's 12:38 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Now they've got fun size packs of Snickers, but they don't just have individual bars here. Maybe they're up front.
Attention service desk 201.
I'll check out one of the aisles here, see if they have Snickers bars available. Oh yeah, they've got some available. So I'm literally just buying a kiwi and probably 2 Snickers bars. And that's my lunch. No, I have some stuff in my bag. I've got bread and pastries that I'll be eating as well. Now, do they have a washroom? Because I'd like to refill my water. They might not. Also, I'd like to wash my kiwi. Because I do eat it skin and all, so I'd rather wash that puppy off. I don't think they have a washroom. I don't want to buy water though. If I'm not somewhere where the water is like undrinkable, I'd rather just fill it up at a tap. I just have to pick an aisle. I'm walking back and forth, I'm pacing. This'll do. Hey, how's it going? It's going really well. Had a great hike this morning along this like coastal path they have here in Fort Bragg. Hiked for a couple hours, checked some stuff out. If you missed that and want to see that, there'll be a video posted, a VOD, where you can see my previous streams, so you can kind of see that hike. It's actually sunny here, so that's nice. Change from Oregon and Washington. Hey.
What? I'm sorry.
You curious what's going on here?
No, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm traveling and I'm just live streaming the process. Yeah. So there's people watching, talking.
Yeah. That's good.
So yeah, I'm having a good day. How's your day going? Canada. Yeah.
Long ways from home.
Yeah, I'm hitchhiking around the U.S. Showing people.
In
Vancouver Island.
Oh.
Oh,
That's
nice.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
right?
Nice.
Yeah.
That's very nice.
So I've been traveling down Highway 101.
It's a fun ride.
Yeah.
Yeah. All kinds of people all
For
the
sure.
way.
I've been
Yeah.
picked up 24 times now. Some hitchhiking around and
Yeah.
met some amazing people. So
It's
been
fun.
It is
Yeah.
fun.
When we were younger, we used
You
to
used to hitchhike? Yeah.
I hitchhiked from California to Chicago twice.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
2,000 miles each.
the reason I'm doing this is because I've hitchhiked in 25 countries now, and I wanted to show people the
What's out
experience
there.
I have.
Yeah.
Because it has a really bad reputation, and I don't think it deserves it.
What do you mean?
Like, when people think of hitchhiking, they think of something very dangerous. That
Yeah, picking up
you-
somebody,
it's
gonna
essentially
kill
a
you or
death
something.
sentence to both the driver
Well,
and the person
he
hitchhiking.
did a lot of going around.
Yeah.
So he always picks up somebody because he...
Okay.
Don't go through Utah.
I've heard that.
Yeah.
I've heard Utah stuff. It might also be illegal though. Some states it's illegal, most it's not.
I
But
don't know.
yeah.
I know nobody picked me up. I walked through the whole state.
Really?
But that was in 1968 or 69.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. Thank you.
like they always show those real nice monuments, you know, the stone monuments in Utah.
Yeah.
Well, I walked all the way through
Yeah, all the way
that.
through that, yeah.
It wasn't fun.
When you're
After
hitchhiking, you do a lot of
couple days
walking.
it, you think you're gonna die. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
But yeah, hopefully not that much walking.
I know. It's a lot.
But then I got a real good ride from the other side all the way to Chicago. So.
Yeah.
Oh, have fun.
Oh, I definitely will.
Have fun. Where are you from?
Vancouver Island, Canada.
Oh,
Yeah.
Vancouver.
If you're curious, this is where you can see me.
Oh, okay.
So I have
All right.
a live stream, and you can watch me hitchhike if you're so inclined. If you have internet at home or whatever.
I do.
Yeah. So
I do. I'm Rita.
Rita, I'm Trevor.
That's Peter.
Peter, nice to meet you guys. Yeah.
Oh, have fun.
I definitely will.
Enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Been having a great time.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll only get it once. You gotta... You live here.
You live in town here?
Yeah.
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 How do you like it here?
Oh, I like it.
Yeah.
I'm from Illinois.
Really?
Yes.
You like it here better?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No,
Yeah.
everyone
We
down
both-
this whole coastline has been people have been so friendly. So
People
I've had
are
a good
really
experience.
nice. Everybody, you know, everybody wants to know everybody.
Yeah.
You know? Mhm. And I have a thing where I talk a lot to people.
Yeah.
And so,
There you go. When you travel by hitchhiking, you travel by meeting people and talking to people.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah. It's not so cold either today.
it's a really nice day.
Yeah,
It's like
it's a-
perfect weather
it's a nice
for being
day.
outside.
Yeah.
I did the hike along the coast early this morning.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. Started just past here and went all the way down
And came
to
down?
the what's it? Glass Beach and then
Glass
up
Beach,
again. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
And that was gorgeous.
Oh, yeah, isn't
Perfect
that
weather
nice?
for being out there. Yeah.
I have jars and jars of that stuff in my house.
I bet I didn't know it would be like that, but it's everywhere. Like it's just part of the land there.
The land.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, that was
Mhm.
cool.
Yeah.
After you eat those, you don't want to eat those other cookies. It's like, whoa.
Yeah,
Going
well,
back to
they're talking cookie now.
Yeah. Do they have a washroom in here?
They do.
Yeah.
They do. No, I'm not sure. I know that they're up in that
In
corner.
the corner over there?
Yeah.
Yeah, just to refill my water.
And it'll tell you.
Okay. I'll ask.
This is the restrooms up there in that corner. The bathrooms up there. Or are they over there? Aisle
Aisle
7.
seven, all right,
There
thank
you
you.
go. See how
Just to
often
refill
I
my
go. Yeah.
water bottle here.
Yeah.
The tap water here is
You-
good, right?
You need to.
Yeah. Yeah. Even though it's not that hot, you still Gotta drink a lot of water, especially when you're hauling around.
Holland, yeah, you got stuff
Yeah.
in there. See, because he did a lot of walking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you're gonna travel like this, you have to be okay with walking.
Yeah.
There's a lot of walking.
And I'm kind of talkative.
Yeah.
I got my card back, didn't I?
Yes, please.
Have a great day.
We need a lucky one.
Oh yeah. I hope I get a lucky one. Well, I think that's the good way. Hopefully.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Yeah,
Have a good
it's nice to
trip.
meet you. Yeah. Hey, good yourself?
Pretty good.
Yeah, that's good. No, I don't. Cool. I don't have a problem walking back to the washroom and back with purchase stuff.
Yeah, just
Keep your receipt.
keep
Yeah.
your receipt and then leave the backpack outside.
Oh, okay.
You get a lot of people.
That are bringing stuff in there for other means? Okay, yeah.
It separates you from the rest.
Okay.
There you go.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Have a good one.
You too. Have a good one, man.
Yeah. Alright. Sorry, that checkout took a while to go through. I'm just gonna go to the washroom, wash my my kiwi, and fill up my water bottle. Then we'll be back on the road and do some hitchhiking. But the people I met in line were very nice, so that was fun. So I answered your question, but never asked how you were doing. I just can't see the start of your name because my lens blocks it. But how's your day going? They're occupied. You get to check out the back room when you're waiting for the wash. I think it's once I do get out of here and walk towards where I'm gonna start hitchhiking. I think it's just maybe a kilometer. So it's not that much. Am I red? Do I look like I'm burnt? I put sunscreen on partway through the hike. Hopefully I'm not burnt. Yeah, shouldn't be too much more walking, and then do a little hitchhike. But guaranteed we're gonna lose connection once we get picked up because the road I'm taking to connect back up with the 101 has no connection at all. So that'll be exciting. But you'll at least be around for me getting picked up. You'll get to meet the person I get picked up by, get to see what they're like, and then I'm gonna lose connection and I won't be able to reconnect until I hit the next town on the 101. So I'll probably be offline for 45 minutes or something like that. That'd be my guess. I actually have no idea how long that road is, how long it takes, but that's my guesstimate based off of not really any knowledge of the area. The guy told me to leave my backpack outside, but I have all my everything in there. I'm going in for 2 seconds to fill up my water bottle and to wash a kiwi, so I'm just gonna quickly go in and out with my backpack on. We'll be all right.
Full house, huh?
Yeah, full house.
Camera? Taking
Yeah.
pictures or?
It's a live stream. I'm traveling. I'm from Canada,
Oh, cool.
so people can watch and chat with me as I
Walking
travel
all the
around.
way?
Hitchhiking.
It's a life experience, huh?
Yeah, it's been fun. Been picked up 24 times on the trip so far.
Wow.
That's cool. People started in northern Washington. It's been a good time.
That's good.
Lots of walking.
Now that I'm retired, maybe I should do something like that.
Yeah, get rid. I think more people should hitchhike. It gets a really bad reputation, or has a bad reputation. But I don't
Yeah.
think it's as bad as people make it out to be.
It could be scary though.
Yeah. But like, I've done it in 25 countries. I've been picked up over 700 times, and I can't say I've met a bad person doing it. So.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, good.
I'm just here for the water facilities, so don't worry. Just gonna wash my kiwi. And I'm not stealing, I already bought that. Oh, and I got it dropped right on the lens. That's beautiful. Are we still good? Gonna wash your kiwi, that's what they all say. Yeah, that could be a euphemism for something. Alright, we're good to go. My kiwi's clean. Got my kiwi, got my water.
Safe trip to you, guy.
I will. Never, yeah, I didn't realize that. Yeah, that could be an interesting phrase. So we're gonna walk out of here, eat my kiwi, drink a little water, and then go up to where I'm gonna hitchhike. Just gotta find a good spot to sit down and eat in a minute. But yeah, this will be a hitchhiking stream again pretty soon, guys. Had you stopped for food? Sorry, I was making food yourself. Yeah, I went to Safeway. I got a kiwi. I got some Snickers bars, Snickers Hype. And I have some pastries in my backpack, and I still have that loaf of bread that the girls gave me a couple days ago. So I got food. I'll have a quick lunch, and then I'll be hitchhiking again. I'm just gonna find a place to sit down somewhere and eat my kiwi. For those of you that cut your kiwi in half and scoop out the innards, you're doing it wrong. Just eat the kiwi, skin and all. But no, you don't have to eat the kiwi that way. I just find it fun to eat it that way. Like hitchhiking, there's more than one proper way to eat a kiwi. Just wants like some grass to sit on. It's so nice out. I just like to sit on a grassy field. Doesn't appear to be anything like that around here though. Oh well, such is life. I guess I could go over there. Yep, Snickers Hype. Got 2 Snickers bars. We're prepared for anything now. But yeah, like I said earlier, I'm gonna have to upgrade my phone at some point because my phone just gets too hot when it's sitting stationary in a vehicle. And I'm guessing at some point, once we start getting like temperatures 20+ degrees with no wind, I'm guessing it's gonna start overheating just being outside too. A combination of live streaming and charging at the same time is just a little bit too much for this this old phone to handle. So we're gonna have to upgrade the hardware a little bit. So I'll have to cross that bridge pretty soon. That's okay. Also, the screen isn't very good in direct sunlight either. It's hard for me to see when we have sun on the screen. So, there's improvements to be had. And before I left, I was considering upgrading before, but I'm like, let's see how the first while goes before I invest too much. But I've had a great time doing it, so I have no problem investing a bit more. And a phone's something I'll use regardless, so. right after this bridge there's a bit of a grassy spot that I remember from this morning that I might be able to partake in some lunch. So we'll see. The stream today pretty much has been a walking stream, albeit half of the walking stream, or more than half of it, has been a pretty beautiful walking stream. We did that coastal hike, which in my opinion was pretty spectacular. But this will be a hitchhiking stream pretty soon, so stay tuned. I guess at that point I should update the title because I'm no longer doing a coastal hike right now. Clickbait. Hey Devonte, scale of 1 to 10, where are you at right now? It's 4:20. How you doing? How you doing, buddy? Zero to 10, you're at work. Smoked at 4:20 a.m., then I'm getting wrecked after work. That sounds about right. You came to work in Calgary stoned a few times, didn't you? I feel like you told me about that. And Dave knew or something like that. Tricky moron. 1 mile to go and then you're doing the same as Devonte. Yeah, 'tis the season, man. Can't do it here, they would all know immediately. Yeah, that's at the suit store, right? Dave always knew. Yeah, that's Dave. Coming up here, I'm just gonna have a little sit down, eat a kiwi, eat some pastries, maybe a Snickers bar, maybe not, we'll see. And then we'll do some hitchhiking. Right up here, got some nice grassy area. Sit next to a tree. I'm gonna prop my bag up on a tree and lean against it. Oh, but that wind is coming in good. I'm gonna get cold really quick. Once you stop moving, then the wind really bites. Yep, I'm gonna get cold quick. So either put a sweater on or just eat quickly. would be the motto here. Let's spread this out. Alright, welcome to lunch with Trevor. We've got a kiwi. Actually, I should get my pastries out too. Well, before I get too settled. Alright. Plus you actually do important shit, so I'd be completely useless. What do you do? That's important. I'm not saying you don't do anything important. I'm just curious what you're up to. I'm just gonna put a sweater on for while I'm sitting, because with the breeze we've got here and it being overcast right now, I'm gonna get chilled pretty quick. Just trying to maintain my comfortable temperature. Beauty. Alright, kiwi, croissant, chocolate pastry. These were given to me for free. This guy saw me, he's like, "Are you traveling?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "These are donated. Do you want some?" I'm like, he said they're croissants and chocolate pastries. I'm like, I love croissants. When I go dumpster diving, that's what I'm looking for, croissants. This is gonna be messy though. Hey Emil, you heard that Avicii died? I don't know Avicii very well. Someone else came in chat and asked me how I felt about it. I hadn't heard that he died, and like I know of him, but I don't know his stuff very well, so yeah. He's really talented, just not my vibe, yeah. Yeah, music is subjective. People enjoy different things, so I'd never really got into his music, and so like by saying number 2, they might just mean number 2 most popular, most downloaded, most watched. So they can actually, it depends on the metric they're using, but you can quantify number 2 depending on what you're looking at. But yeah, you can't just say number 2 in the world. You kind of have to specify number 2 what. Number 2 by sales, number 2 by downloads on, or views on Spotify, or yeah, that's what you're saying, Jerky Moron. Yeah, we're in agreement then. Now, to those of you that eat kiwis, how do you eat your kiwi? I just eat it. A lot of people cut them in half and like scoop out the innards. I subscribe to the just eat the damn thing methodology to eating a kiwi, because I don't mind the fuzziness, and then you get most of the good stuff without like missing it if you're scraping it. Although I don't eat the ends, I have to check those out. Now technically I'd probably be okay just leaving those here, but still I still don't like littering, even though it's like biodegradable. It's plant material. I'll probably still carry them with me and throw them in the next garbage I see. Again, I like to leave stuff the way I found it. And this grassy area didn't have kiwi ends chilling here before I got here, so I won't leave any kiwi ends chilling here once I leave. This end's actually okay. It's this end that's a bit like the actual, yeah. Okay, so number 2 based off of that stuff. I believe it. Don't know enough to say one way or the other, but I believe it. But rest in peace to him. Yeah, I agree, Scar. I had like briefly heard of him, but I didn't really know his music. Like if I heard a song, I would be like, oh yeah, that's Avicii. But yeah, it's sad that he passed away, and I'm sure that whole music industry is going to be affected by that. Well, I think the only time I've actually had a conversation with someone where Avicii was brought up was with an ex-girlfriend, and there's that song where at the start they're like, I took a pill and a visa to show Avicii I was cool. I'm like, who's Avicii? I don't understand these lyrics. And they explained who he was. Like that was the first and only time I've really talked about Avicii in my life. So that goes to show you how educated I am on this topic, and which means I don't really have much input to add to it, because that was that's the extent of my knowledge. Croissant. I love croissants. Albeit, this croissant isn't that good. Albeit, like, it's still good, but I'm sure like all of you have had like a really good flaky buttery croissant. This one's not flaky buttery. It like has the consistency of just like bread, you know? It's YouTube that do see what's up. We can't do song requests because I'm straight mobile right now. We do have a song request system set up, but it only works when I'm stationary streaming with my laptop as well. And we haven't fully tested that out yet. I've got my friend Impact Velocity. He's doing everything in the background, because I've never streamed before this. He's set up the Discord, he's set up the song request system, and everything like that. So I just don't have the experience to know how to do song requests and stuff like that through the phone. Otherwise I would, because I'm curious what his music is kind of like. I'm sure I've heard his music, it's just never like, oh yeah, that's Avicii. No one answered my kiwi question. Come on, guys. How do you eat your kiwis? We're just full on Avicii mode. Or Snickers mode. Sponsor me, Snickers. Yeah, we'll be finishing up eating here pretty quick, and then I'll be back on the road. Actually, while I'm here, I'm going to see how far it is till the junction to the highway I'm taking. "28, yeah, that's brutal. That's really young. Yeah, Nom nom. Sorry, I'm eating like a hitchhiker. I'm like probably chewing with my mouth open a little bit. Let's close my mouth. Let's eat like a civilized person. Try and see if I can show you. Wow. You cannot see my screen. Interesting. Okay, I'm not going to show you then. Or at least I couldn't see. It looked black pretty much from my point of view. Maybe if I use the rear camera. Let's see. Okay, maybe if I bump up the jam a little bit here. No, it's like on full brightness. So now you don't get to see my map. But yep, these are free. You can't beat free. Unless someone was paying me to eat a croissant. But I don't see why they would do that. Again, I just said I'd eat with my mouth closed, so. Oh yeah. Sorry, you know my memory. Yeah, let's pull that up. I'm just gonna pull it up on my phone first before I give you guys screen view so we can look at it. Ooh, the wind is chilly. Second, lads. All right, here we go. All right, so what, like, if you guys have seen my offline screen or my my profile picture for my channel, that's artwork done by Watkins, our friend from Wales. And he made another bit of artwork for the channel, so let's show you guys what it looks like. It looks great, so I'm excited. Let's show you guys what we got here. And again, thank you. It's so cool that you do this stuff for the channel. Look at that. Welcome to California. And there's a Trevor. Look at that. Love it. That's really cool, man. Thanks for doing that. You just like keep being so supportive to the channel. Really thankful for that. Like, you've created like the branding on the channel essentially. It's the image. What do you guys think? You did see it though. I did turn on the screen correctly, right? Got some cool stuff for future. Awesome. Awesome, I love it. We have another person who talks in chat. Goes by the name Madame Piggy. She also does artwork. She's doing some artwork for the channel too, so we're gonna have quite a bit of artwork being made, which is really cool. Yeah. So thank you, Watkins. That's really well done.
I've never been a very artistic myself, and I think that's really, really well done. I could never do anything like that, so without people like you making that, or me like contracting out work, we'd never have cool images like that to represent the stream with and stuff like that. I'm just gonna finish the croissant and then I'm gonna walk out to the highway again. But we're pretty close to the junction. I'm not sure how far I have to walk up. Let me see. Not sure if when I turn left onto this highway if it immediately becomes highway or if it's still town. I'll find out. Whew. It's a cold wind. It's a cold wind. Looks like it's a bit of town, but it ends pretty quickly. And then we get into some proper wooded, forested areas, which we're gonna lose connection, guaranteed, 100% guaranteed. But you will get to see who picks me up, meet them, and then we'll pretty quickly lose connection. Thank you, Stay Hydrated bot. I've been trying to stay hydrated. Refilled my water bottle just 20 minutes ago, and we're staying hydrated. Talking to a robot. Well, I'm really happy I did that hike this morning because the winds really picked up and the clouds have rolled in, so I guess I'll check, make sure we're not supposed to get any rain right now. I think we're good though. Yeah, my thing's, albeit my weather thing is saying it's sunny right now. And I challenge that notion because it's not sunny right now. It's in fact pretty clearly overcast. But it says 0 chance of rain. But my trust for weathermen is limited. Now that we're in California, there's so many options of places to go, directions to take, and eventually I'll be branching off east. So I really have to decide what I want to do. I'm just looking at a map of California right now, deciding where not really deciding, just pondering where I want to go. It's tough. Right Ricer Man now hosting the stream with 63 viewers. Wow. I better do something. Thanks for hosting the stream. For those of you just tuning in, this is Hitch Live. I'm a Canadian guy that likes hitchhiking, and I'm hitchhiking around America, showing people what the process of hitchhiking is like. I've done it for 4 years. I've hitchhiked through 25 countries, and I've been picked up over 700 times, and I've had an awesome time doing it. Yeah, better do something. Thanks for hosting, I appreciate it. So the purpose of this channel and this trip is to show people the experience you can have hitchhiking. Like I said, I've done it a lot these past 4 years, and I've had an amazing time doing it. You just meet amazing people. You go to really cool places. You do things you wouldn't do if you were traveling under your own volition. So yeah, the purpose of the trip is to show people the experience you can have. This is day 11. I've been picked up 24 times so far. I started in Port Angeles, Northern Washington. And yeah, 24 rides later, we're now in Fort Bragg, California. So, done pretty well. Had a lot of fun along the way. But without further ado, I'm going to actually do what my title says and hitchhike. We're hitchhiking to Willits, which is on Highway 101. We're currently on Highway 1. If I head south out of Highway 1, we're not going to have any connection for probably a couple days of traveling. So, unfortunately, between here and Willits, we're going to lose connection. But we'll get it back when we get back to the 101. And then continue heading south. That's been the trip so far, is hitchhiking south down Highway 101. It's kind of your quintessential hitchhiking thing, hitchhiking south to California. But we're in California. Just like that, we're back on the road. Yeah, I hope you guys like the stream. It's a bit different content, for sure. I don't know if anyone's hitchhiked in a live stream before, but I really enjoy it. Hope those of you that are watching enjoy your time here. The junction where I'm heading east to Highway 101 is coming up pretty soon, so it's going to be a brief walking stream, and then we'll be a hitchhiking stream again. This is Hitch Live after all. I better do some hitchhiking. Yeah, thanks Ricer Man for the host. That's really cool. Watching the stream for a couple days, pretty fascinated by it. Hey, thanks, man. Yeah, like hitchhiking, it's an obscure thing. Everyone knows what hitchhiking is, but not really many people do it anymore, and it has a really bad reputation. So, that's kind of why I'm doing it. I've had an amazing experience doing it, and I want to show the world what it can be like. Hitchhike all the way to Asia? Well, I'll give you a history of my hitchhiking. Like in the 25 countries I've hitchhiked, well, across Canada 4 times, around Europe for 4 months through like 20 countries. I hitchhiked across Russia from the Latvian-Russian border to Vladivostok on the east coast. Hitchhiked through Japan. I hitchhiked across Australia from Gold Coast up to Brisbane.
up to Rockhampton, straight west across Australia, through Alice Springs and all that, then down to the south coast, then up the south coast to Perth. Last fall I hitchhiked through New York, Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine and Massachusetts on my way to Boston. So I have hitchhiked in Asia a little bit. I hitchhiked from, well, across Canada, flew to Europe, hitchhiked around Europe, across Asia to the Pacific Ocean, and then flew to southern Japan, Fukuoka, hitchhiked to Tokyo, and then flew home. So I've kind of hitchhiked to Asia, except it's the bodies of water that are most difficult. Grand Puka, thanks for following. Hope you enjoy your time here. We're gonna be hitchhiking pretty soon. It's not this junction, but I think the next one where I'll be turning left and taking the highway to Highway 101. Yeah, the problem with Highway 1 is the network is just not there. I have an antenna on my back. That thing on the top of my backpack is an antenna, which helps a lot increasing the signal I get. But if there is no signal, there's nothing you can do about that. There has to be something there to increase. And in the middle, like riding along the cliff side of that is the coast, there's no signal to increase. A lady who's killed hitchhiking through the Middle East, I have heard about that. Yeah, I don't know what to really comment on it. Bad things have happened with people hitchhiking, but bad things have happened to people doing everything. Bad things have happened walking down the stairs of your house. Bad things have happened going for a swim in the lake. Shit does happen, we just hope it doesn't. And people think hitchhiking is a very dangerous thing to do. It's not going to be as safe as taking a bus, plane, or train from point A to point B, but it's not as dangerous as people make it out to be. And many nice personalities picking you up. Yeah, that's one of my favorite things about hitchhiking, is the people you meet along the way. Really cool people, really generous people. People that see a stranger standing on the side of the road and they go out of their way to help someone just standing there pretty much saying, hey, I'd appreciate a ride. So that's, yeah, you meet a lot of cool people. Okay, you gotta clean up shop, so I'll be back later if you're still on. Awesome. Well, I really appreciate the host. Yeah, and I'm glad that you enjoy the content of the stream, you find it interesting. I haven't checked out your stream before, but I'll be sure to pop in and say hi. So, yeah, thanks again. We'll see you later. I think it's the junction up here where... Oh. Chunk Tech, thanks for following the channel. Hope you enjoy yourself. We're gonna be hitchhiking up. I think left at this kind of intersection here, I think is where I'm heading. Nice to see the sun stayed. Yeah, forecast called for straight sun, and we lost the sun. Albeit technically it's more comfortable when you're hiking with a 60-pound backpack and all that to be walking in overcast weather. It's just not quite as, it's just not as hot to be when you don't have the sun beating down on you. So in fact, walking right now, it's more comfortable to have no sun, but once you stand still, and now that the wind's picked up, it's yeah. I'm just happy it's not raining, because it rained the first like 9 days straight on this trip. Everything was wet all the time, and there was nothing I could do about it. Yeah, so, yeah, as long as it doesn't rain. Knock on wood if I had any wood to knock on. But yeah, so, Yeah, this is the Highway 20 junction. So junction between Highway 1 going north-south and Highway 20 heading east. I'm still just gonna blame you. Like most of the time, I'll kind of show you what I look for in a hitchhiking spot. I don't know where our spot's gonna be yet. I just kind of walk until I find one. But there's 3 things I look for in a hitchhiking spot. That's a long line of sight, so people can see you from a long ways away, so they have time to make that decision. I look for a wide shoulder so that they can safely pull off of the lane of traffic and find some, so they can actually pull over and not be in danger of getting rear-ended by a car driving past. And the 3rd thing I look for is slow traffic. So ideally they're not going highway speed, you know, like 80 miles an hour past you or 120 kilometers an hour. Someone's got a really screwed up car belt on their vehicle. That's what I look for, and I'll kind of show you. Usually you don't check off all 3 of those. Like sometimes you're on a highway and there's nothing you can do about that, but you find somewhere with a decent shoulder and a decent line of sight. Sometimes you check off all 3, which is awesome, but usually you don't. The thing with hitchhiking is you don't get to really pick. You just you deal with the cards they throw at you. And I know, 40 people. Yeah, I had a bit of a host, so that was pretty cool. Host from Ricer Man. So, really appreciate that from him. We're out on Highway 20 now. I know you, like, the town doesn't really end here, so it's a question of whether I want to keep walking. I can already see a spot that'll be good. From here, I'll show you when I get closer. You just won't be able to see that well when I turn the camera around right now. I'll probably try hitchhiking from there for a while. It's got a good line of sight. Still slow city speed traffic and a wide enough shoulder, so I'll try hitchhiking there. We are kind of still in town. Usually it's better to get to the end of town. What time is it? Alright, it's blocking my thing. 1:40 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. My screen isn't very bright, that's why I had to shield it. Yeah, 1:40 p.m. How are you? Devonta, you're only 1 hour ahead of us on the West Coast. I feel like you've already started your 420. Have you ever been picked up by a semi-truck driver? Yeah, you get them. Not that frequently. Most commercial trucking companies ban their drivers from picking up anyone, hitchhikers or family members or anything, because they say it's an insurance liability reason, and that kind of makes sense. The driver's insured, the truck's insured, but everything else is not. So. It's 9:41 there, p.m. Yeah. So are you Western Europe? Wait. Yeah, whereabouts are you at? I think this is really cool because as I'm hitchhiking around the United States, like I've had people from countries all over the place coming and talking and chat and stuff like that, and I think that's I don't know. I think it's great that technology has given us the ability to kind of do that. You can watch me here in the United States hitchhiking around and talk to me while you're on the other side of the world. England? Okay. I was there 3 years ago. I got in a little bit of trouble because I got dropped off in a place where I wasn't supposed to be hitchhiking in England, on the M6 North. But yeah, when a semi-truck driver does pull over, it's usually pretty good because you know they're going a long ways, and they're really comfortable. Like the seats are usually on air, so when you go over a bump, it's like kind of just like its own suspension. So So yeah, stay at motels. I've stayed inside a motel twice on this trip. Usually I like never spend money on accommodation. I live out of my tent, which is on my back. That's my home. That's where I live. I've also had places with people that have picked me up 2 nights so far. Alright, so I'm gonna try hitchhiking here for a bit. I'm gonna show you guys the spot. So this is what I see as cars come. So long line of sight from the lights where I walked from. You see this? So that's a wide pull-out, a wide shoulder. So that's a good spot. So it's got long line of sight, a wide shoulder, and we're still in town, so people are going slow speeds. So that's kind of what I'm looking for in a hitchhiking spot. It's a good spot. We're just still kind of in town. Yeah. So, scariest thing you've had to deal with hitchhiking? People's driving. You drive with enough people, like new people, as a passenger, and you're gonna get some real shit drivers, like just really bad. And the scariest moments I've had is when people pick you up. I talk to people before I get in their car, so I kind of like talk to them. They seem alright, I get in, but you don't get to see how good of a driver they are until they start driving. And there's been some terrifying drivers. There's a guy pulled over, but he pulled over before I even started hitchhiking, so I doubt he's pulled over for me. Unless I see his reverse lights come on, I'm not going to run up to his truck. Yeah, he's pulling off now. We're good. But yeah, I sleep in my tent most nights. It's a little one-person tent of Marmot Tungsten 1P, which is beautiful because it's a nice neutral green color. Tents are usually fluorescent, but for my camping purposes, I prefer to be a less noticeable color. So yeah, I love my tent. It's just been slept in several hundred nights, so it's not as waterproof as it used to be. Not as waterproof as it used to be. And for those of you that are just tuning in, what's going to happen here is the signal in cities here is okay, and then as soon as you get even a couple miles out of town, it disappears. It's not like there's bad signal, there's no signal. So pretty much what's going to happen is someone's going to pull over, pick me up, they're going a decent ways, you're going to get to see that person, see what they look like, see them for maybe a couple minutes, and then we're going to lose connection, and we're going to lose the stream until I get to the next major place on Highway 101, which is the town of Willits, I think, and then we'll have signal again. So unfortunately, between here and the next town, we're going to lose signal. That's just the way it is on some of these roads. But yeah, I hope you guys come back once we do lose signal, because we'll keep hitchhiking south through California until we run out of south, then we'll go east. Pediatric. Thanks for following. I'm guessing that's how you want me to pronounce the name. Pediatric. But how's the day going? The day's going great. We did a nice coastal hike in the town of Fort Bragg here this morning when it was beautiful blue skies and no wind. So it's gorgeous. If you want to see that, there'll be a video up there where you can see. So it was a beautiful day. Did a few kilometer long hike. Went to Glass Beach, which has a bunch of like broken glass that essentially has been weathered by the ocean, so it's smooth on it. So it's good for beach combing. So did that, and then we walked back into town, got some groceries, and now we're hitchhiking again. Araxia, thanks for following. Hope you're enjoying your time here watching Hitch Live so far. We'll probably catch someone pretty soon. The thing with hitchhiking is you just never know. Taffy73, thanks for following as well. I could be, this car right here could pick me up, or it could take 2 hours. That's the unknown factor. And when you see me waving to people, quite often that's they either wave to me, or they did a few different little hand signals, which is them telling me that maybe they would pick me up, but due to the circumstances, they're not going to. So one of the, I'll show you when there's a break in traffic. That guy did it right there. So that guy just went like this. Which means he's local. He's staying pretty local. He's not going anywhere far, so it's probably not worth the ride. This means the same thing. Short distance. So people either point to be like, I'm staying local, or that means you're going a short distance. True power moves. Thanks for following. Hope you're enjoying yourself. But I'm having a great day today. Did a hike today, and now we're doing another thing I love, which is hitchhiking. And you're probably noticing that every car goes by, I'm not looking at you, I'm looking at the car. And I'm also giving them a little bit of a nod. I don't know if you've like walked down the street and had someone nod at you or nod at someone, but it's almost, you feel like a social interaction has been had, and you almost feel like you have to nod back. It's like socially expected. But when you do that, you've kind of broken the social barrier. So, anyway, I'm looking where the driver would be. If I can see them, I'm looking at the driver, and I'm pretty much just acknowledging them by giving them a little bit of a nod. Seeing, I see you, I acknowledge you. Rather than just staring off into the distance with a 1,000-yard stare, I'm just showing that I'm actively here. Pediatric, that's correct. This is super interesting. Best of luck to you. Well, thank you. I need all the luck I can get, because hitchhiking is very luck-based. Albeit, it's also how you present yourself. You still have that tungsten one? I do, and it really needs to either be like refurbished, like retreated, or I really need to get a new one, because it's not as water resistant as it used to be. Let's see. Have you ever been in a car accident with someone that picked you up? No, but I've been in lots of close calls. Yeah, lots of close calls. Flying. Was yesterday your longest ride for one person on this trip? On this trip? Yes. Actually, it depends when you say where you count this trip starting. I technically started this trip from Kelowna, British Columbia. Petrol the Gnome, thanks for following. I started this trip from Kelowna, British Columbia, which is central, and then I hitchhiked to Vancouver, took a ferry to Victoria, and took a ferry from Victoria to Port Angeles. And I got a ride direct from Kelowna to Vancouver, and that's 300 some odd kilometers. It's a 3.5-hour drive. So that was technically the longest ride on this trip, but that wasn't on live stream. That wasn't part of Hitch Live. That was just me positioning myself to get into the US to start this trip. So yeah, the ride with Sam yesterday was the longest ride I've actually had on this trip of Hitch Live, Hitchhiking America. So yeah, we're gonna call that the longest ride. Ever hitched a motorcycle? No, I haven't, but I think that would be pretty cool. I have hitched some interesting vehicles. I hitched a ride on a school bus in Ireland, empty school bus, by a guy named Paddy. I got picked up by the Lithuanian military in like a military Humvee type thing. That was pretty cool. They were really nice. I got a ride on a boat across a lake in Ireland. So that was pretty fun. But usually it's just cars and pickup trucks. Although not in Europe, you don't get many pickup trucks in Europe. Especially full-size pickup trucks. Like, the biggest you'll see is like a Ford Ranger kind of thing. Those were like cool to have when I was in England. Like, one of my drivers picked me up in a Ford Ranger and he was really proud of it. So, the types of vehicles you get is very geographic based. Around here in the northwestern US, I've been picked up by a lot of pickup trucks, as people that have been watching the channel have seen. Lots of pickup trucks. She gave me this. Carry any kind of insurance? Yes, I always travel with travel insurance. No one expects to get injured, but if you do, it's really best to be prepared, because I do not have the finances to actually pay for extended hospital stay in any country, let alone the United States of America. Yep, lots of friendly people here. You can tell by the proportion of people waving or giving you hand signals what kind of place you're in. And a lot of people are like giving me signs that they're just going a short distance, so I'm guessing it won't take too long. But kind of to be expected based on my location. A lot of it's local traffic. You're getting a lot of people going like this or this or this, just being like, we're local, we're not going anywhere. So probably not worth the ride. Yes, Avicii has been brought up several times, so I am aware. This might be dumb, but where do you sleep? I sleep in a tent, and I sleep, you know, like at the end of the day, once the sun goes down, I'll just like walk in there and set up my tent. I try to not sleep on private land. When I camp, I follow the leave no trace principle. As soon as I leave where I'm camping, you shouldn't be able to tell I was ever there. I don't have a campfire. I don't leave any trash. In fact, I have a bunch of trash in my pocket that I was supposed to actually throw out, but it's still on me. So I don't. I try to respect the places I'm staying. I'm a guest in America. I want it to look just as good or better from me being here. Hey. Can't stay long, just seeing how you're doing. Greg, it's good to have you in chat. Greg's my step bro. Karak Matar. On a fire. What's going on, brother? How's everything going? Everything's going great. Had a great day today. Did a nice hike along the coast. And now we're hitchhiking again. It was sunny in the morning, but now it's overcast. But this is actually, if you really want to look at it objectively, overcast weather like this is the best weather for hitchhiking, because no matter where the sun is, if the sun's up, people can see everyone. Like if the sun was like low on the horizon back there, and people are driving and if the sun's in their eyes, they can't see me. I'm a silhouette, they can't see. With high overcast, even if the sun's low on the horizon, everyone can see everyone. It really is the best conditions for hitchhiking. It's just kind of nice to be in the sun sometimes. You don't make a fire? No, I don't. I like, maybe it's fine to have a fire, but wherever I camp, I'm there just to sleep. That's all I'm there for. By the time the sun goes down, I'm pretty exhausted from the day of hitchhiking, and all I want to do is sleep. So I set down my tent, and that's like 8:30 right now where I am. So I set down my tent, climb inside, set up my sleeping pad, sleeping bag, and go to sleep. And then I wake up at first light, which is right around 6 right now, and I pack it up and I continue on with my day, my travels. Nice, already made it to Fort Bragg. Yeah, I got here last night, overnighted here in Fort Bragg, and then yeah, checked out the town a little bit today, and now I'm continuing on. We're on Highway 1 right now, or Fort Bragg is on Highway 1. But I'm trying to reconnect back up with Highway 101 because they're going to have a lot better signal over there. And the purpose of this trip is to show people what the process of hitchhiking is like, and to be able to show you, I need internet connection. I need Verizon signal. So that's why I'm doing that. Albeit, as soon as I get a ride and go that way, I'm going to lose connection. The gap between here and the next town is, there's no signal at all. So we're going to lose connection, and then I'll be out for 40 minutes, an hour, or something like that, and then I'll be back. For sure, and it's been great so far, making me want to start doing it. Hey, I recommend it. Can't say I've ever had a bad experience doing it. In 700 rides, can't say I've met a bad person. I've met a lot of weird people. Most of those are just your quirky weird people. It's more fun than anything. I mean, it adds a little entertainment to your day. Might get to hear about some conspiracy theories, stuff like that. Meet you halfway. Whereabouts are you again? Have we already talked about that? I have offered anyone in like continental U.S. If they're in a state where it's legal to hitchhike, I wouldn't mind showing someone the ropes and going for like a 100-mile kind of trip somewhere. And maybe that's an awkward offer, but you have to understand I'm a hitchhiker. I'm perfectly comfortable just with randomly meeting people anywhere. So hoping that's not an uncomfortable request or like offer to make. In Oklahoma working right now. Hey, it's legal in Oklahoma. Just saying. I'm not sure on your gender. 2 guys is slow. 1 guy, 1 girl is quick and safe. 1 guy, like what I'm doing, can be quick. It really depends on how you present yourself. Just try to look friendly, try to look clean, try to look presentable. 1 girl is really quick. You just have to exercise a lot more caution, like really screen your drivers before you get in. Like, I talk to everyone before I get in, I'll say a sentence or 2. I refuse to just hop in a car as soon as they pull over. There's still a decision to be made when someone pulls over, and this is essentially saying, you can have a ride. I still have the option to say, I'll wait for the next one. And for those of you that have been watching since day 1, have seen me do that. Had a weird guy that came in or pulled over, picked me up. I opened the door, asked, hey, how's your day going? Looked me in the eyes like, do you want to ride or not? Nope. No, I do not. I did, but now I don't. And the funny thing is, I've never gotten a worse vibe from someone than that guy, and that was my first day of live streaming hitchhiking. And I thought that was hilarious that my first day of live streaming, he pointed, I got like the guy that I just got the creepiest vibe from ever. But essentially how that ended is, this isn't word for word verbatim, I said, based off of how this interaction has gone, I'm going to wait for the next ride. Thanks for stopping, have a nice day. And if you do want to see that, there's videos up there. It would be day 1, ride 2 or something. Day 1, between ride and 2. So there is video record of that too, if you want to see what a creepy interaction could be. I don't think I showed his face, because I asked for permission before I film a person. I just had the camera at my side, but you can still get the audio from that. So yeah, what happens when someone pulls over, I open the door, hey, how's your day going, kind of qualifying them, make sure I feel comfortable with them as a person. And then I ask, hey, I'm recording this, I'm live streaming this, however I want to say it. Is that something you're comfortable with? And I've lost 3 rides because people aren't comfortable being filmed. Honestly, I thought I'd lose more. I thought I'd lose about 25% of my rides because people wouldn't want to be on camera. So I'm surprised with how few have turned down, drivers have turned down the ride because of the camera, but it's been good so far. Yeah, lots of people, just local. Once I go much further that way, I'm just going to lose signal. I guess I should explain to people that are new viewers, kind of the methodology. There's 2 different methodologies with how you want to hitchhike. One is people that say, why would you stand still? We might as well walk in the direction you want to go. And that makes sense. Like, I'm standing still, I'm not getting anywhere. The thing is, especially on highways where, well, you leave town and it picks up the highway speed. Maybe you're on a road like this where it gets really windy, and on those windy roads they have no shoulder. So again, the 3 things I look for is slow speed, long line of sight, and a wide shoulder. And once I walk out of town, I'm gonna lose all 3 of those. It's gonna be fast traffic, no shoulder, and windy roads where, you know, you're hitchhiking on a corner and you throw your thumb out, and by the time someone actually sees you, they're already past you. So I subscribe to the method of find a good spot where people can see you, where they can safely pull over and wait there for a ride. Get dropped off. If it's not a good spot, find a good spot. Then wait there, find a ride. That's my method. There's no one right way to hitchhike, but that's how I do it. Let's do a trip sometime. You're thinking Thailand? Yeah, I'd like to go to Thailand. I did Vietnam last year, with all my point stuff that you know about. But yeah, I'd like to hit up Thailand. I haven't really done, Emma Hellos, thanks for following the channel. Hope you're enjoying yourself. I haven't done any hitchhiking in like Southeast Asia. I hitchhiked in the Asia part of Russia and Japan. I'm curious how it would be in like a place like Thailand. So maybe while we go there we can do normal travel stuff, but also I'd try a little hitchhiking. Not in a weird way, bro, but if you ever plan on going through Oklahoma, let me know. That's not a weird way thing at all. You know me, I meet random strangers every day. I have no problem doing that. I'd love to come say hi, come meet you if I'm going through Oklahoma, which there's a decent chance I will be because I'm trying to hitchhike through as much of America as I can, so that'd be cool. Siberia? Yeah, I hitchhiked through Siberia. You know that, Devonte. You know my history. I worked with you for a year. Same with Nebraska. Sounds good to me. I'm gonna have to take notes because I have a really bad memory. But I have to like keep tabs of where I've got viewers that have offered, you know, to meet up. Because I'd love to meet some of the viewers. I think that'll be amazing. People that found me on the internet, and I can hitchhike my way to your, maybe not front door, but a coffee shop near your front door, and come say hi. I think that'd be awesome. Yeah. Taylor Ann, Autofire. I'd love to meet you guys. Tulsa, Oklahoma rather. Okay, Tulsa. Alright. If there's no traffic coming up, I'm gonna write Autofire, Tulsa, Oklahoma, and Taylor Ann, Nebraska. Because I'm gonna forget otherwise, and that's not a reflection on you, that's a reflection on me and my memory. And just, I'm all over the place when I'm traveling. Nepal, yeah, that would be really cool. I'd love to do some trekking in Nepal. I think that would be amazing. Like, just some amazing landscapes there. One of my ex-girlfriends went there for a month or 2, and she really enjoyed it. She volunteered at an orphanage there, or a school, and she had a great time. I'd love to go there. I'd like to do some, not ultra high altitude mountaineering, but some high altitude trekking. How long does it usually take you to get a ride? My average wait time's in the 15 to 25 minute range. We're already at that kind of point now, but when I say that, that's kind of like your median average. It can be anywhere from 0 minutes, like I'm not even hitchhiking and someone's like, hey, what are you doing? Do you need a ride? And I'm like, yes. And all the way to, my longest wait is 8 hours out of Fort Nelson, northern BC, on my way to Whitehorse. So that's the range I've experienced, but if we look at it in total, it's like 20-ish minutes, which we're at like right now. So. But we could be here for another hour and I wouldn't be like, oh man, why is no one picking me up? That's just the way it goes. When you're hitchhiking this much, you're just dealing with like raw statistics. Given enough cars driving past, eventually someone will pick you up.
but you just never know when. Little dog, Cov. Thanks for following. Then maybe transition to India. I would be interested in checking out India as well. Seems like an interesting place. There's really few places I don't want to go. I think pretty much everywhere in the world has something to offer that as an outsider you could learn something from, or it would be a valuable experience to have. But I have learned from hitchhiking across Russia that you miss out on a lot of what you experience from traveling if you can't communicate with the local population. I couldn't speak Russian, they couldn't speak English. You miss out on some things. Because, like we've kind of said, or I've said, one of the things I like about hitchhiking is the people I meet and the connections I make. And if you can't talk to someone, you're gonna miss out on a lot of that. Ezra Maddock, thanks for following. Then maybe Madison, Wisconsin. All over the place, guys. I like it. And you know what? We could even do, like, if this continues going well, and it's gone really well so far, like, I'm gonna do Hitchhiking America, and then I think it would be amazing to transition into Hitchhiking Europe and, like, go around Europe again. I hitchhiked around it for quite a while in 2015, but I'd love to go around it again. So we don't have to limit this to America as well. That's just where I'm starting. It's not necessarily where I'm finishing. But I've had a great experience with this so far, so as long as I'm still enjoying myself, you guys are still watching, and I still have money, I'm gonna keep going. Damn 8 hours. Yeah, that was a rough one. That was in February in Canada too. I was hitchhiking up to Inuvik, Northwest Territories to do some ice road hitchhiking. Because that sounds fun, doesn't it? Parents backpacked in India for 3 months and said it was incredible. Did we talk about that when your parents drove me to Kelowna that one time? Did we talk about their traveling? I never talked to your dad about, like, the point stuff, traveling and stuff like that. I really liked your dad. Or, sorry, I forget your family dynamic. Was that your, like, dad or stepdad or stepmom? I forget the dynamic. That was your mom's boyfriend. Sorry, I forgot the family dynamic, and I apologize for that. But you only know French. Let's stop by France real quick and meet some girls. Well, you got to do all the talking for me because I don't know French. I'm a bad Canadian. We're supposed to be bilingual, so I'm not. What did you do before hitchhiking? I am, surprise, surprise. It's actually surprising because I think it's a weird combination. I'm an accounting major. I was doing my Bachelor of Business Administration with a major in accounting and finance. And now I'm hitchhiking. Probably the first hitchhiking accountant you've met. That's my past. All good. I don't think you've met my dad, maybe one time when he came to our store. Yeah, I forget off the top of my head, but yeah. But yeah. I think it'd be fun. I've never actually done a trip with someone, like a real trip. It's always been me traveling, but yeah, I think it'd be cool. And for those of you that don't know, Spooky Bong in the chat, me and him worked together for a year when I lived in Calgary, Alberta. I worked for a year saving up money and just living in Calgary before I went on some more trips. And me and Devontae worked together selling outdoor gear and equipment at Out There Adventure Center. So, good friend. Hopes that we know each other well. Yeah, that's dangerous what you're doing. You might think that. But I can tell you from being picked up 700 times in 25 countries that it's not as dangerous as you think it is. And the whole purpose of this channel is to show people what hitchhiking is actually like, not what media or your parents make it out to be. Because I think it's a very different experience from what you might think it would be. How did you get started hitchhiking? What made you decide it seems like a good idea? First time I hitchhiked was because I hated the Greyhound bus. I'd take the Greyhound like once a month from Kelowna, British Columbia to Vancouver, and then take a ferry to Vancouver Island to see like my girlfriend, my family, my friends, because they were all on the coast and I was in Central. And it was 6.5 hours on the Greyhound to get to Vancouver, then an hour and a half on transit to get to the ferry terminal, then an hour 45 on the ferry to get to Vancouver Island, and then another 50 minutes or so on transit to get to Victoria. So, one time I just said, fuck it, I'm gonna hitchhike. I made a sign that said Vancouver, free cookies, and a smiley face. I got picked up in 20 minutes, and this person just happened to be going right to Victoria, so he drove me all the way from Kelowna, British Columbia to Vancouver. We picked up his girlfriend in Vancouver, drove to the ferry, drove me onto the ferry, drove me to Victoria, drove me to my friend's front door in Victoria, and since then, things escalated quickly. Things escalated very quickly. I had a great first experience with it, and I kind of went all in on it. I sold my car. I stopped going to school. I didn't want to be an accountant at that point in my life. So, yeah. That's illegal in the US. If you read down below, there's a section on legality of hitchhiking in the United States where you can click on the link or copy and paste the link into your browser above, and it will give you more detailed explanation of the legality of hitchhiking in the United States. It's illegal in some states, it's not in others. I understand why you think that, but that's not the case. Was it expensive for me to travel? No. When you're hitchhiking, transportation is free. It's the whole point of hitchhiking. And I sleep in a tent, so accommodation is free. So it's really just food, incidentals, and entertainment, which, depending how cheaply you want to live, can be pretty cheap. So that's one of the reasons I've traveled so much, is because I travel by such a cheap means. Oops, sorry guys. Why don't you just fly? Because flying's like, I like flying. I like being in the air. But you know what? If I want to get, say I'm right here, and I want to get to New York City, I could fly and be there in 5.5 hours, or I could hitchhike there in 2 weeks, get picked up by 40 really interesting, like a variety of people, have a lot of cool experiences, like be invited over to different people's places, like. It turns getting from point A to point B into its own adventure where you, like, yeah, it's an adventure. I meet a lot of cool people, I have a lot of fun, and you know what? I feel like I've achieved something when I get somewhere. If I pay $300 for a flight to New York, I've paid $300 to get from point A to point B, and I get there, and that's great. I made it to New York. That's fun. But if I hitchhike there, I feel like I've accomplished something. Why don't you do like a motorcycle trip? Because I enjoy hitchhiking. I like the dynamic of it. I like the social aspect of it. I'm seriously hitchhiking because I enjoy it. That's why I'm doing it. That's really the extent of it. Or get an RV. Again, one, can't afford that, and two, I like hitchhiking. Sleeping Bear, thanks for following the channel. Hope you're enjoying yourself so far. Hopefully we'll get a ride pretty soon, and you'll see what kind of people we get picked up when we're hitchhiking. And I have no idea what type of person that's going to be. You see the whole range of humanity. It's interesting. You don't have a job. I quit my job before I go traveling. So I had a job, then I decided to go traveling, so I quit my job. I saved up money. I have money saved up for the trip. But I always start my trips with money. I can finance it myself. At any point, if I really want to get home or needed to get home or anything, I can buy myself a flight home.
Like, how I travel, money isn't that much of a problem. I just can't afford to be sleeping in a hotel every night, or renting or buying an RV or a motorcycle or anything like that. There we go. That's a ride. We'll see if she's okay with the camera. And then we're gonna lose connection, but that's okay. Hey, sit in the back seat? Yeah, that's fine. Whereabouts you headed to? How far is that?
Well, the next stop is Willits.
Well, that's where I'm trying to head to, yeah. Now I'm recording the process of hitchhiking through a live stream. Is that something you're comfortable having in your car? I won't, yeah, I'll be in the back seat, so I'll kind of just point it at me if that's okay with you. Yeah. Oh. Beauty. And we're gonna lose connection really quick, because on this road.
I just called in place order for burrito in Willits.
Yeah.
Because my phone isn't working.
Okay, yeah. Oh, let's just weasel this in here. It's a big bag, it's a heavy bag. Canada. Really?
One of my friends and a young guy,
Yeah.
his girlfriend, she's in the fashion industry. He's done so much travel, especially
Really?
island.
A cave on an island. Doing it. Those of you watching, I'm just going to restart the stream with a much lower resolution because pretty much instantly we're going to lose connection.